wanted to go over one thing. It is Matt's birthday. Well, a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you guys.
Dude.
You're going to have your own dice.
Oh
you have now.
God, thanks, dude.
One of
You
us.
can keep those to use
I
for
don't
a
know.
second backup.
Why clickies?
These are nice.
Get rid of the clickies. Extra clickies.
Alex's birthday was last week.
Oh,
What
wow.
the deuce?
Oh my
Those are
God.
How do you
Dude.
keep track of these things?
Thank you.
Well, they
Like the
told me.
nicest
Oh.
thing anybody's ever
Hey,
done.
well,
for
it
me.
was my birthday in
Never
March.
for my birthday in January.
It's a long
It
time.
was Father's Day.
Hey, I've got an underdraft. I'm smarter now.
You got a
Birthday,
donut for that, dude.
You guys.
You did get a donut.
Oh, that's right. I got the graduation up by accident. Fuck you guys. I got an accidental donut.
Good morning, everyone. We are D&D Breakfast Club. We are a group of friends from Minnesota that get together every Sunday morning at 7:30 a.m. CDT to play some Dungeons & Dragons. We're here to chronicle our journey and hope that everyone here will enjoy their stay. This stream is a live play stream, but we won't be interacting with the chat once the game starts. If you have any questions about the campaign or any questions at all, I'll get to them during the break or after the game. We do have an ongoing giveaway. At 10 subscribers, I'm giving away a dice set. It's my green translucent dice set. The D20 is named Player Killer. I haven't killed anyone yet this campaign.
Well, almost.
Still pending. We'll get there. This is session 15 of a campaign titled Mad Magnus Monroe. I don't have any actual rules that we're going to go over from last game. Well, I'm going to combine this into the inspirations after the fact. So I'm going to give one inspiration out with an included apology to Alex for not including you in last game in the beginning. Something that I should have just not made you roll a perception roll when you're walking by, get you involved in the game more. That's my bad, and I also think that the little time you did get to play, you had some very insightful and inspirational words. So have an inspiration and an apology at the same time.
Good.
I vote for inspiration for you for reading that whole letter in a Scottish, Irish, Russian accent.
The scrushing
I had
accent.
a lot of practice. I'll call it mostly Scottish.
It definitely was mostly Scottish. Scottish.
Well, I don't use inspiration, but I'll take it.
Yeah, give me disadvantage on the first anything.
You?
Sure,
Is that
why not?
you? What if it's saving someone?
Yeah.
I'm going to do a quick recap of the previous game. I think I'm going to do this one because otherwise it's going to be heavily skewed towards the player's favor.
What are you talking about?
Oh, where did we begin? Last game, Josh's character, Delaron, went down to the dungeons to visit a prisoner that he had known from his past. A prisoner that was put there for her crimes, the same crimes that he committed. However, since Josh's character, Delaron, is not a citizen of Riverstorm, he was not going to be charged with the same crime. She was to take an ordeal. He didn't know what that was, but after visiting with her very shortly, he learned that...
After I volunteered, I learned that.
He volunteered to take the ordeal with her just to help her out. Didn't know what it was, found out that she has to drink some poison and hope to live by the god's favor.
Oops.
Fast forward to the dining room. They're there eating, having a great old time until Garavon, Matt's character, and Delaron start arguing. They argued quite a lot for quite a long time until they were kicked out of the dining room. They were going to do a quest for the general, but he gave it away because they were acting like turds. They were...
He's a turd.
Maybe. They left for the night. Yeah, you guys agree on one thing. They left for the night. The queen offered them another job to rub elbows with politicians and find someone that's been leaking information to the public in Riverstorm. She said that the leaker was making her son, the king, look bad. But instead, Josh's character, Delaron, went to the dungeons one more time, started mouthing off to the guard because he didn't like what the guard was saying.
He deserved it.
You called him a dick. Then you called him an asshole.
Did I?
Yep.
Sweet.
And then he said he could kill you and no one would care, and then you guys got into a fight. He stabbed you a few times, you stabbed back once, and they knocked you the hell out. And then they threw you in the dungeon. Fast forward to a meeting with the king, and these other characters decided on Delaron's fate. Well, kind of decided. They had some input. Jay, your old character, helped decide that Delaron should be exiled from the city. You guys went to visit Delaron in the dungeons. The king came and gave his decree that you were all to be exiled because of Delaron's actions.
You're welcome.
And that was it. I mean, the entire game was an argument, a fight.
That was it?
You missed the part where
wait.
That was
oh,
it?
yeah, the ending.
Are you kidding me? You're skipping over.
Right, fist smited the pants off.
The very
one of my
ending
companions.
where Garavon was going to go back to Riverstorm to visit the prisoner and try to save her, but Delaron decided to cold cock him in the back of the head. Three times. Until he was knocked unconscious.
Yep.
And that was it.
And that was it, yeah.
He smited me.
My fist.
And that's where I left it. I really didn't know where to go from there. You guys skewed my entire story arc of the whole city of Riverstorm. I had things planned. There was stuff to do. I probably had like 3 pages of different notes of different things and different people that you haven't even met yet. But it doesn't matter. You got kicked out of the city.
Future DMs take note. That's what you get for making notes about things that your players are going to do.
Make notes. Let's begin there. Garavon, you are unconscious.
I get my rope.
Okay. Merritt, Lorenzo, and Delaron, you're all out in a lightly forested area. You're about a mile away from the city. That's where they walked you to. Mm-hmm. This is past the shanties of the city, so there's not many people out and about in this area. The light has been dimming, with the sun's gone down all the way, and has been fading to black slowly. Delaron knocks out Garavon.
Yeah, can you recap why that happened?
He wanted to go back into the city and free her, and he wasn't listening to reason. And so...
Can I recap this?
I convinced him.
You're unconscious. This is in-game.
Out of game, I remember I had to go to the bathroom, and I came back, and you were on the grass.
So I think what happened is he was like, we should go save her. We were arguing about it. Mm-hmm. And I also told him in the jail cell I was going to kick his ass when I got out, because he was, giving me some shit. He was giving me shit all game. So when we got out here, and he was like, I'm going back.
I was giving him truth all game.
Tomato. So he was like, I'm going back into town. I was like, you can't go back in. Like, we're exiled, and we got to leave it alone. She said she wanted this, and he was like, I'm doing it. And I was like, sorry, bro. Bamf, bamf, bamf. I laid it on him like Mike Tyson.
Well, I think Lorenzo started giving a nice speech about...
He was
you
like,
should think about the consequences of each action, and you're like, yeah, wham!
No, I waited past that part, and then he said, do the right thing. And that's when I whammed him.
Whatever.
He said, you should do the right thing. I was like, and right thing doing now. Smite. And I knocked him out.
And now he's grabbing his rope from his satchel.
Yep.
Okay.
What do you all do?
I stepped between them.
Well, he's unconscious.
And I'm right there. I'm literally standing over him.
Well, then I push you backwards before you can tie him up.
All right, well,
you cannot stop.
Roll.
Knock it. What are we doing?
To
Are
push.
you gonna push him for athletics?
Well, sure. Yeah.
Oh, you win.
11.
Yeah. Oh, no, we tie. Defender wins ties?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I don't
you go to push him, and he pushes back. He doesn't allow you to...
I'm just like, stop it. Slap your hands aside.
Look, you cannot just cold cock this asshole.
Look, he's going to wake up in a few minutes, and he's going to go back into town.
No, he's not.
He swore that we wouldn't go back in.
Mm-hmm.
And...
No, you're tying him up because he's going to wake up and fight you back because you sucker punched him.
I'll let him fight me back after she takes the ordeal, which is what she wanted.
We just need... I'll admit, you're a bit out of line, punching him in the back of the head.
I should ask him to turn around. You're right. I'll let him get it through when he wakes up. 3 free ones?
I don't know if that's how we solve our problems.
What I do know is that he's the only person that's as stubborn as I am, and I don't think he'd listen to reason.
Then we need to give him something else to do.
Well, I did. He's sleeping.
I will say I've been in this situation before, and I personally, amongst the people of my group, I was left unconscious, just sitting there. So I can sympathize why we don't leave people unconscious.
I'm not going to leave him anywhere. I'll take him with us and protect him until he wakes up. But I can't let him go back into the city.
Understandable. I would prefer it be done through words versus physical action.
You don't know him that well. I don't think he'd listen to me. In fact, I'm sure he wouldn't listen to me. He often does not listen to me.
Would you listen to Merritt?
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe you should have given that option before you knocked him unconscious.
Let's include him in the conversation. You have 4 hit points.
Okay.
Nice.
So, Merritt, use healing word.
Nope, I'm going to use my healing light.
Okay. He reaches at range or touch?
It's 60 foot.
Oh,
He reaches
really?
his fingers out, and you can see them glow light. And Garabon takes a deep breath, and your eyes snap open. And you're looking up at the sky. It's getting darker, and you can hear the sound of voices that quiet as you wake.
Morning, sunshine.
We're going deep into the woods, and you guys can fight. Let's go.
Okay, I'll help him up.
We go the other way.
I don't want to fight, and I don't want your hand.
Okay.
Either way, I'll offer my hand, and we're walking away from the city.
All right, I'll take Merritt's hand. Help me up.
Don't
long
walk
as-
behind us.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, I think that's warranted at this point, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
I'm sorry that
It's
I
like-
hit you from behind. Next time I'll hit you from the front. But you can't go into town.
I don't understand why.
Because she asked me to let her do this. And I told her that I would. And so I can't let you stop it. As much as I would like for her to be rescued.
She's being judged rightfully for a crime she committed.
I don't know about rightfully. But she's being judged in a way that she's okay with. That's acceptable to her.
We did what we could for her.
Well, I'm going back. There's just no answers
I
for
won't-
us about this. I'm going back.
I don't
So-
think you are. I'm standing pretty close to you, but I won't be behind you. But I'm like, I don't think you are going back.
So here's the thing. What is your plan for getting into the city?
I got this sweet hat, and I take out the hat again.
So-
Little fedora.
Here's the issue with that. Do you have any abilities of the person that actually is
Doesn't
supposed
matter,
to
look.
resemble?
We're not supposed to go in. We said that. I said that we wouldn't go in and we'd leave her to what she wants, which is this thing. I'm not letting you go in.
I feel like you twist your morals around just for your fitting. And I'm just not going to
I
even listen to
promise.
this right now.
I
So
told you
is your
not.
goal to go in dressed up as an old lady, walk into the prison that Delaran got punked down in, beat half to death? You're going to go in there dressed as an old lady and not get stopped when you take keys and open the gate? Do you have a plan? Are you just taking on some of his adorable suicidal tendencies?
Here's the thing. There is willing to do something, and then there's able to do something. I don't know you're necessarily able to do anything right now, even if you want to.
She might not die. She probably will die. But maybe not.
She doesn't want to go through this.
In fact, she told me the exact opposite of that.
The only reason why I want to go back is because I've had this vision, right?
Oh, man.
All right, tell me about the vision. Let's sit down. Talk it through.
It was the same vision where I
Make a
saw
bonfire.
Delaran hang a bunch of children from a tree.
Okay. So
They weren't children.
I saw
I
her.
didn't hang children.
so she was also hanging children?
No, she wasn't chained. She just looked at me and just said, "Help me."
Was it while she was at that hanging tree?
No.
Okay. Was she in the prison cell?
No.
What? Okay, so when were we supposed to provide assistance?
I don't know.
But you're
So
sure
your
it's right
vision,
now. I have
just
no
to
clue.
give a quick recap, you do remember that when she looked up at you and asked for help, everything behind her was just black. It was like you're in a dream that you can't see the background or yourself. You just know you're there, and all you could see was her face. But it was shaved bald. Delaran would have known that she did have hair at one point. She didn't always go shaved bald.
So let me get this straight. So you have this vision about my previous companion telling you to save her. We get into town, we see her with the king, and then you go gallivanting all over town, going to the temple, praying, waking up at sunrise, doing nothing to help her the whole entire time until leaving me to my own devices, which I probably should not be unsupervised, in the dungeon with the people that are holding her. I'm highly emotional, it goes poorly, and only now, once we're kicked out and exiled from the goddamn city, do you want to do some shit about it?
Well, I didn't realize it was her until I saw you were in the cell. But sorry.
Alright, whatever.
Hmm.
We're not going in.
How many visions have you had like this?
2. One that led me to Oakdale, where I met you guys. And then the second one right before we went into the Underdark and chopped off this guy's leg.
They've been leading us great places.
Yeah. Interesting. Tell me about the last one you had before this one.
I don't remember that one very well.
The one going into the Underdark?
Oh, the one going into the Underdark.
That's this one.
That's the one where I saw Delaran at the tree. I saw Delaran's companion saying, "Help me." And then I saw Gloriosa ask me to save you.
So, you just help me save the girl. Was there any message with the tree?
Nope, just I saw Delaran crying tears of blood.
Okay. So, kind of a save him thing, maybe?
No, I'm fine.
Remorse?
That already has happened. There can be no saving now.
So
Oh yeah, you're totally redeemed in everybody's eyes.
No, I'm just saying you can't undo what I already did. And damage is done.
So maybe the first one is the context of the other two visions. So with Delaran being who he is, you're supposed to save the girl and protect me. Seems an interesting vision. You know, if there's a power that gave you the ability to see his interaction, perhaps there's something to it. And perhaps you have to protect me while saving her? I don't know. I can't make much sense of your vision. You need to tell me more about it.
That's all I know.
I'm just saying you're not doing a great job convincing me.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm thinking it's your mother that's sending me the visions.
So if I went that way instead,
Yeah,
which would you do?
I'd follow you.
You would protect, you'd be assume that your protection of me supersedes your saving of her. I mean, if you had to pick one, does one... I'm trying to understand your vision.
I don't know. I just know right now she's in more danger.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys are talking,
Yeah, it was gonna be a long fireside chat.
you're interrupted.
Vision time.
Yeah, short fireside chat.
I didn't think I'd find you out here. You hear from about a shout's distance away.
Oh no.
You look over and you see a man standing there in black plate armor.
Luther.
He's got pauldrons that are spiked. He's got a helmet, faceplate that's going down. It's all sheen black, and you see his sword wreathe in flame.
Oh
And as he says that, he starts walking towards everyone. You see a couple of the creatures that you fought before, the ghouls, run past him. Give me a perception check. Everyone snaps their head over and looks at
First
Luther.
roll of the die.
Nope.
18.
Plus
This is bad.
7.
25.
I'm at 13.
25? What'd you say? 25?
Yeah, perception.
Wow. Okay.
Too bad I knocked all your hit points
This-
out last game.
Yeah, right?
You better run back.
Good job on that, by the way.
Yep, and used up all my smites.
What did you get, Delaron?
I got 3.
Initiative? Wow. All
Oh,
right.
initiative? No, I didn't roll initiative. I rolled perception. Is that what we were rolling? I thought we were rolling perception.
You did perception. Oh, we're doing perception first, and then initiative.
Oh, that's what I got a
25.
25 on.
Okay.
Just showed up.
That makes more sense.
While we're arguing in the woods.
So they're arguing in the woods. You can leave it open because it'll vent. They're arguing in the woods, and you hear Luther say, "I've been waiting for you." Everyone looks over. Give me a perception check.
6.
6. 3. 25.
And it was 13.
13. So as he starts walking forward, he looks over at Lorenzo. He's like, I didn't think I'd meet you here as well, Lorenzo. And as he says that, you hear something else go. You look back, and there's another man standing behind you with a sword wreathed in flame. And then you hear from the third point of attack. There are 3 men with flaming swords walking towards all of you at this point. And they're pressing in with a couple of those undead creatures that you have seen as well. Give me an initiative roll.
Do I recognize the other two?
Yes, they all look about the same
19.
height, the same build, and the same stature as Luther. And as they get close, they say, "We're all going to kill you now." And they sound like Luther.
Clones or something?
And now we will set up battlefield.
It's not much for one-liners. We're all going to kill you now. Would you botch your intimidation check? I'm going to mock him.
Initiative.
Yeah.
12.
The 19.
10.
14.
You go first, Elron?
No, it never happens.
What?
I was ready to punch Garabon. I was all hyped up. I was like, I'm ready to punch him again. Oh, what? Other guys? Okay.
Alright. Let's start this off. Throw me your characters. Well, okay. Just like that.
Ask and you shall receive.
Thanks. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
I've got some heavier bases for these
That one's-
actually in my
that one's
car.
on the ground.
Oh,
On purpose.
I brought them. So
I just left him out
they're
there.
just in the car.
Take a break at some point.
So, the Luther that first started talking with his undead spawn is over here nearest Delaron.
Sweet.
You
good news for
are
me.
standing over, well, Garavan just stood up. And you're all in this forested clearing in between some sparse trees. Let's see what they will do. So, Delaron, you're going to go first.
Sweet.
What do you do?
I Shield of Faith and...
So you cast your Shield of Faith. You
A
see
bonus
these
Nice.
metal plates that go ching, 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 ching around him and then dissipate.
Whoops.
Nice.
And then I charge into Luther. Wow.
I can move you.
Okay. Cool.
So you charge into Luther.
I do so.
You're right here in the middle of it all, and these are about, well, they're going to charge past you. They're not right next to him.
Okay, they're not right next to him, so that I won't be able to hit him on the way by?
No.
Can I run to one side of him so that I
You can
can...
do that if you want.
Yep, yeah. I want
Okay.
to take a swing at one as it leaves.
Cool. Roll to hit. As you charge into Luther, you see the flame of his sword gleaming off of his armor. At this time, the sun is mostly set, and most of the light's coming from these three swords.
That's cool.
I did make a bonfire.
Okay.
And I mentioned that in the conversation when we all sat down.
Alright, so I'll attempt to hit Luther. 16 plus 8 is 24.
24 to hit. That is a hit.
Okay, I'm going to do 11 damage to him, and I'm going to wound him with my sword.
What does that do?
So, the way it works is all the hit points lost to the sword can't be recovered except by resting. And what the wounding does is that on his next turn, he takes a d4 at the beginning of the turn, and then he can make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw to stop the wounds. If he doesn't, I can apply it every time I swing. And he takes a d4 per their cumulative.
Okay. Perfect.
So,
11 damage.
wound.
And then he will swing at you.
Okay, so he takes, in the beginning of his turn, 4 more damage.
So 15 total. So he brings his sword up and in a wide, flashy arc strikes down on you.
I can swing twice at him, can't I?
Oh yeah, swing again.
14 plus 8 is 22.
That's also a hit.
Okay, so then I'm going to do 10 more and wound him again. And so he would have taken 2d4 at the beginning of his turn. That's 4 more.
So 14 more.
Yeah. So like slap wound, slap wound,
Slap wound, slap wound.
Slap.
slap,
Slap?
slap. Yeah,
Not
that's
slap,
the wounding
slap.
sound. Slap.
And then he brings his sword down in an arc.
I'm ready for some mobile pain.
The first shot is a miss, though. It doesn't even hit you. You dodge out of the way, and the sword goes right over your head.
Okay.
He comes back with the backswing. What's your AC with Shield of Faith?
22.
That is a hit.
Of course it is.
Does
A lot of damage. Jesus.
13 damage to you.
Okay. Ugh.
Some of it's fire if you resist it.
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I take all damage equally.
And then he swings again. The third strike. He misses, hits, and he's gonna come back for one more final blow. Which you see the flame dissipate as he hits off your shield and it just douses it. And his sword is now down to cold steel. The others will press in as well. So one on Garavon.
Sorry, dude.
Actually, this guy, yeah, he'll come in on Lorenzo. He uses his full movement to get to you. You see him charge in with his sword gleaming in the night, but he can't attack this turn. He will attack Garabon this turn. Amazing. And as he rushes in, you see him trip. Right before you, he stumbles, loses his balance, and falls to the ground prone. He's going to use the rest of his movement to stand up, wipe himself off, and stand next to you, but he doesn't get to attack.
So that's not an attack. Okay.
Yeah, he
He's shit really bad.
Okay.
You may attack.
Okay. I swing at it. Nat.
Alright, so you hit
I'm going to
the
smite.
ghoul. Give me a religion roll.
Okay. 9 nat.
Jesus.
Give me that dice. 2 in a row.
Good die.
Nice.
One of those nat and then nat. So, what do I know about the ghoul?
It's not a ghoul. It looks a lot like a ghoul, but it is a form of a ghoul that's become a ghast. They're stronger, larger, faster, meaner, and they're better at killing.
Sweet. That's why I smite him.
And you smite him.
3d8.
Are they fiends?
And they are undead.
It's 14 plus 7 is 21, and I wound him.
21 damage, and you wound him.
Yep. As you run past me.
Okay. And when do they make their saving throws on this? Is that the end of their turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So take the damage at the beginning, and then they can save at the end.
So, the first Luther 1 does save.
Okay.
Does he have to save twice?
No, it ends all stacks.
Okay. And, Ghoul 1 does not save.
Sweet.
It's a con?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it does not save.
I mean, that would have been at the end of his next turn, right? Because he takes the damage first.
And then it's at the end of the turn.
Yeah.
This one and this one will both attack you, Merritt. What is your... I got your AC here. It's 12 still?
12.
All right. That is a hit.
That'll do.
And a hit.
That'll do.
So the first hit, he reaches in with these long claws that are an extension of his fingers. They're not fingernails. And strikes your body. And you felt this before. It scrapes across your chest and leaves these gashing wounds in them. Do 7 plus 3. 10 slashing damage.
Jeepers.
Oh, no.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Why you shake your head at me?
Because I have 4 hit
I'm
points.
sorry.
Let's see.
I am sorry.
Are these poison?
This is not
Necrotic.
poison.
Not
necrotic
poison. So
damage,
that
right?
makes it a 17.
17 is enough. You feel your body resist the effects of locking up and becoming paralyzed completely.
Oh, that's awesome.
Good.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
2 and hit twice.
10?
10 is just enough.
Oh.
You feel like you're about to go down. You fight with every last bit of your resolve. You know if you go down, this could spell doom for the entire party. And you fight it off. But you still take 11 more damage.
Jeepers. Is that the crit?
On that one?
No?
Why are you
There's no
shaking your head at
crit.
me?
I just want to
Oh,
There's no crit.
I thought the second
beat the
one
shit
was
out
a
of
natural
you.
20 over there.
No.
Oh, okay.
I haven't rolled a natural 20. Alright, that was all their turn. Caravan, you are now standing face to face with a Luther number 2. And it looks like he's poised to strike.
I'm just gonna plop him twice. I'm
Point
assuming tis a disadvantage, right?
It is a disadvantage. You have to roll twice and take the worst
All
because
right.
you're shooting point
Can
blank.
I do a half movement back without him swinging?
That would be your action to disengage.
Then you won't get to shoot.
But then
Okay,
you
so I'm
couldn't
gonna
shoot.
plop him twice. Actually, I'm going to hit him with Ensnaring Strike.
Okay. So you cast Ensnaring Strike as a bonus action. You see your arrow light up, and these tiny strands enwrap it all the way around the tip.
All right. So ensnaring strike. Here we go. God, this is great.
Are you rolling with sharpshooter?
No.
Okay, I didn't hear you say it, so.
What's to hit with my ensnaring strike? Let's see. Is that
Plus
a plus
11?
11?
Mm-hmm.
So 12 or 13.
Total?
Yeah. Disadvantage.
That is a miss.
Damn it.
Roll again. You have 2 attacks.
Oh, that's right.
And roll twice and take the worst.
13.
13 is also a miss. You are trying to shoot him while he's in your face, and he's able to just move your bow out of the way with his arms and hands while he's about to swing down on you.
All right.
Merit.
All right. First, I'm going to just shout something unintelligible and cast Mass Healing Word. So all of us
Sweet.
get to recover 6 hit points.
Thank you.
If you are missing any. That would be my bonus action. And then I am going to twin cast Firebolt on the 2 geeks in front of me.
Twin cast Firebolt. Now,
So that counts.
oh yeah, you can do that because it's a cantrip. Cool.
Yep.
Are you point blank? Range spell attack
Is
is
that-
still disadvantage because you're point blank.
Those point blank?
Take
Then,
like a man and back up.
yeah, I'm gonna take a 5-foot step back.
So they will attack you.
Bring it.
Don't say that.
Paralyzed.
That is a hit.
At least I got the heal off first, Jess.
Yeah.
And a miss.
Player killer.
Player killer. You take a step back, and one grabs onto you while the other one tries to grab. As you pull back, the first one that's holding onto you comes with you and shunts the other one out of the way. Take 7 damage. But you don't make more Constitution saving throws because you've saved once today.
Oh. Whew. Nice. And then I try to blast them both.
Now you can shoot.
So, starting...
And you can move as far back as you want with your full movement.
I'm actually going to tuck it one closer to Garavan. There you go.
Like that?
Yep.
So not up next to the other guy?
Not up next to the other guy.
Luther number 2.
So 17 plus 7. I'm assuming this guy does not have a 24 AC. And then 14 plus 7, so 21.
That is
So two
both
of them.
a hit. Are you hitting the one that was already damaged? Or are you hitting one
I'm hitting
of
the
each?
2 ghouls. Yep.
Okay. So the one that's already
Oh, my
damaged
smoke.
will damage first.
Okay, so it's 2d10, 5 plus 9, so 14.
Finish him.
It just fully immolates.
Nice. So this one bursts into flame, and you see the fire overtake its body, and whatever strands of clothing and pieces that are still stuck to its flesh immediately burst into flame. The flames rise and rise up to the treetops almost as it writhes in pain
Yeah. He falls into the bonfire.
and falls into the bonfire that's right there.
Right about there. Then the other one, we got 5 and 7.
So 7 damage on the second. And the firebolt glances off its body, and you see it wreathe the night in light.
And because of my feet, I become enwreathed in flame also.
Okay.
Which only hurts things if they hit me.
So don't hit him, Garavon.
Yeah.
I can't hit anything right now, so it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, I'm right up next to you. You get disadvantage.
Last but not least is the new found member of your party, Lorenzo. You have not seen him do anything yet except try to bring peace to the party. That didn't happen.
Futile task.
Yeah.
I'll take one step away without disengaging.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. What are you? What's your AC?
20.
That is a miss. He goes to swing, and you definitely step back. As the sword comes by, you are just out of reach of the tip of the sword. You feel the flame go by.
And I will attack the one that is hitting Garabon. And
Oh, so you're going to keep going over there?
Love this new
Nope.
guy.
I'm actually going to use my bow. And I'll use sharpshooter.
That's my thing.
Not today. Your thing's getting your ass kicked today.
Let's see. It's 28 to hit.
Yeah. 28 with a sharpshooter?
Yep. Oh, wait, no. 28 minus 10. That's right.
Minus 5.
Or 5.
23.
So it'd be 23.
But is still a hit.
Sorry. New to sharpshooter thing.
He's going to be better at a bow with you, better than smiting than you, and better at healing than me.
Oh,
it's
it's a possibility.
It's 24 damage.
24 damage to Luther number 2. Wow. And do you do it again?
Yep. I'll shoot him again. I'll do sharpshooter again. Oh, that's definitely a miss.
Did you go 1?
Now it's a 3.
You send the second shot
It's
wide,
plus
much
4,
like a
so 7.
Garabon.
Much like Garabon does.
Bringing us back to the top. Delaron, you are
Okay.
now standing next to Luther number 1. What do you do?
I vow enmity to him. With a
Alright.
bonus action, I vow. Oh, I don't know how that works. Let me see. How many times do we have to kick your ass? I say. And then I swing and swing.
Now, I need to make sure this is all within the realm of possibilities. You have Vow of Enmity once today.
I can vow enmity every short rest.
Okay, so you can do it still.
Yes. The vow enmity and my racial are things that were charged on short rest.
Cool.
So, blam. Ugh, miss. Second swing.
Pretty terrible.
Hit.
Well, what'd you roll?
14 plus 8 is 22.
That is enough.
And so I will do 11 points of damage, and I will wound him. Schlaff.
So 11 more as you strike him again. This time when you cleave into him, you feel your sword go through the plate into the muscle and flesh. And when it pulls out, it's like it just pulls a piece of him. It doesn't spurt blood. There is no blood spilling from him. And whatever you wounded into him, when you pull it out, there's no resistance. It's as if his flesh just decayed as you hit him.
Sweet.
That was you, huh?
That was me. I swung twice and I vowed him.
They will again strike back. This hit, miss. He
Right.
swings his sword in a fiery blaze and
I'm like,
flash
ding, ding,
3
slap.
times, and you deflect it with the shield once, and you deflect it with the shield twice. At that point, he connects with the third hit, finds the perfect opportunity.
Do you say his sword is no longer in flames last
That
time?
is true. Thank you.
Thank you.
And this is why I have you guys here.
Inspiration.
Nope.
Yeah, right.
I do not let him get nominated for that. But thank you for the reminder.
Mhm.
That is 14 points of damage, slashing.
Okay. That was more than it was on fire.
At that point, this one runs in.
Who runs it?
Luther number 3.
Oh, sure.
What is your AC?
20.
20. That is a miss. That is a miss. That is a miss. The third hit, you're just dodging the entire time. As he's swinging your sword, you're not even looking at him really. You're pointing your bow at Luther number 2. And as he's swinging, you dodge to the left. It goes right past you. You don't even turn your head towards him. You dodge to the right. It goes right past you. The third one, you duck. And as you do, he swings full circle and hits his knee. He is now prone at the end of his turn. That's amazing, guys.
Oh, Luther's gonna take 3 more damage.
3 more damage, and then he'll attempt to save. He does save, but he did take the damage. And then the one goes after Garamond. Actually, he's going to step in here. He's going to first hit Merritt, which he does. Then he's going to hit Garamond, which he does. And then he's going to hit... Well, let's do the damage first. So first, Garamond. No, first Merritt. 13.
Is that
Damage.
include
2 of it's
fire?
So 5 of it's fire.
So I take
8
so
slashing.
8 real damage.
And the rest is the fire that cuts through your flesh, and you can feel it singe, but you have a slight resistance to fire damage.
Indeed. Okay.
And then Garavon.
You're just writing 0 now, aren't you?
You're down, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
And then Merritt. Did he hit you the 3rd time? I don't think he swung.
You
the
didn't
3rd
swing
time.
yet. You didn't know who you were going to swing at.
You. It's just you, man. It's just you.
Yeah.
So take
Tell me-
6, 10, 13.
Tell me steel and
3 of its fire. So 10 real slashing damage and 1 fire damage.
Okay.
Garavon falls down again, his eyes close, and you see the wounds are bleeding out onto the ground, and his blood's mixing in with the dirt and mud.
I'm ready to go to death saving throws,
Oh.
only.
And this guy will
God damn it.
also try to kill you.
You can't kill me.
He does hit you. Getting your ass kicked, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're all getting that kind of handed to us.
Take 9 damage, slashing.
And I fall over
Oh
backwards.
no!
Mara goes
This
down.
is bad.
Fire surges.
Down.
When that happens,
Oh, he takes some damage.
he does take a D4 damage.
Oh, roll it.
So,
Is that every time he hits you? Because he hit you twice.
well, yeah. Is it every time?
When he hits you.
Whenever he hits you.
Yes.
So 4.
So four damage to the one that just hit
Cool.
me, and then I guess the guy that hit me twice also takes 7.
7. Okay, so Luther number 2 also takes 7.
Yep.
Got it.
And I thought I was going to be up a little bit longer and be able to cast that Hellish Rebuke, but I misgauged the amount of damage I was going to take that turn.
Yep.
Wow. That was an interesting turn of events. Go ahead, Garavon, make a death saving throw.
Yay, there's one for you.
18.
You do save. Go ahead. Mary, make a death saving throw.
Womp womp.
Oh, no!
That's 1 fail.
Oh, God.
And when you pass out, Garavon, your eyes shut, you hit the ground, you fall over, you feel the blood spilling out of your body, and you're instantly looking in this foggy area. You awaken, and everything around you is mist, and you see these thick strands of mist floating in the air around you, floating next to you, above you, under you. Besides the regular mist, this seems different, and they seem like a body of mist moving together like a snake, forming their way through this land that is just fog all around, except you turn to your left and you see this giant crystal tower that's behind these crystal walls, this pure translucent white crystal. And when you look over, you see most of these bodies of mist snaking their way in that direction. And you feel the urge to move that way. As you're moving, you look over and you see Merritt appear next to you, also moving in that direction. You try to say something, you go to speak, and nothing comes out. And you feel parts of your body start to wisp away. Merritt, however, you see wisps coming from his arms and his fingers, from his feet, and they're all going towards that crystal city. That's your guys' turn. Hardigan.
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo, thank you.
I'll take one more step back.
So again, you step away from him without disengaging, so he will swing at you. And amazingly miss. You are the most deft archer I've ever seen. You just walk out of the way. He's not even hitting your armor. He's just missing. The fire arcs in a big swing as you step back, paying him no mind.
I'll shoot the ghast. Or whatever it is.
Yep,
once.
it is a ghast.
And I'll do sharpshooter. Is a 19 to hit.
That is a hit.
Max damage. Damn. 25 damage.
Finish him.
It'll go through the eye.
So it goes through the ghast's eye, clean through, and it goes out the back of his head just as fast as it went in. The ghast tumbles backwards into the fire.
And I'll do a shot at the number 2. Yep. And I will not do sharpshooter.
Once you do it once, you have to do it all.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So you are sharpshooting the rest of this round.
And that's a miss.
Okay. So this one again goes wide.
Yep.
Go ahead, Delaron.
Run, abandon all hope.
Probably not. Okay. Well, he'll get his swing. I run.
Where do you run? I can move you.
I run into where Merritt is, and I power slide down.
So you run to Merritt. Let me make sure you have the distance. You literally have just the distance.
Do the knee slide at the end.
You hit your knee prone, if you really want to do that, or you just want to be cool.
I just want to be cool.
All right, well, I won't make you prone then.
Okay, I don't want to prone.
You slide in. What do you do?
I give him 30 hit points. Clear!
Can you?
I can.
This is the same day you've been put in jail.
Lay on hands? Did I lay on hands myself?
In that fight against the guards.
Oh, you're right. Well, then I only give
You
you...
have 5 left because you leveled up.
I give you 6 hit points for my racial. Because my racial gives as many as I have a level.
He puts his hand on Merritt. Only you see this, Lorenzo, because everyone else is passed out. Merritt snaps awake, and at that point, Garivon, you see his strands that are emanating out from him reel back inward into his body until he vanishes from sight. And now you are left alone.
Wisping.
Go ahead.
That's a spirit realm.
Yeah.
Well-
we all die.
Is that it for you then?
That's
Anything
my
else?
action. That's an action.
Okay. Did you want to use a bonus action?
Nope.
Okay.
No, I can do no more things. I'm running out of stuff to do.
You'll move in. You'll move in.
Yeah.
So first Merritt. There's a hit.
What happened?
Yeah.
There's a hit. And a hit.
Holy shit.
Keepers.
You died?
Well, see if I mean, you gotta do damage
This
one by one to see if he's
guy-
gonna keep hitting me down.
Yeah, he still has his sword in flames.
It hits you. It hits you 3 times. Hits you once. And it's 2 failures.
Mm-hmm. No, it'd be auto crits.
Oh, so you're dead.
18.
Yep.
So he'll move past you once you go down.
Oh, he's gonna swing at me. All right.
The first one was a 20, and the second one was a 25.
Yes.
The second one will hit you.
Slough.
I'm fucked up, man.
12 damage.
So he's gonna put it through my back and out my chest, and the blood's gonna come out of my mouth. I'm pretty hurt. And less than half it left.
This guy's gonna hit
Heck,
you. Less than half. These guys are passed out. You're like, I got less than half.
I mean, I start with more hit points than them.
Yeah. I don't roll damage yet. Let me see if he hits you.
Roll damage, yes.
He misses.
Oh,
you.
that's
It's amazing.
just can't roll higher
Go ahead
than
and
a 3.
make an opportunity attack as he. Well, you have a bow.
I have a rapier as well.
You can slap him with the bow for like
You
punches.
can hit him with an unarmed or improvised weapon with your bow, but you wouldn't be able to draw your rapier. But he puts himself right in front of when you're reloading your arrow, so you'd be like,
Can I grab his hand and do shocking grab? No, no.
no,
it's
you have
reaction.
to have a feat for that.
Warcaster.
Okay, that's right.
Do you have Warcaster?
No, I don't. Okay. What would be an improvised weapon? Just
proficiency bonus
plus-
plus strength.
Okay. So 15.
Not a hit. So you go to slap him as he misses completely, but you don't. You just hit right off his plated armor. And then he does finally hit you.
What was the total for that?
Actually, maybe not. 21.
I'll use shield.
Sure you will.
Opportunity attacks. You get reactions.
So as he goes to hit you on the last swing, this barrier of blue shimmering light blasts into the air and then dissipates immediately, and the sword stays right in front of you before it hits, and you see the flames right in front of your face. And now Josh.
What do you mean? I thought I got. Oh, the other guy.
Luther number 1.
All right. This is it.
That's a miss. And a miss.
Holy
A
shit.
6 and a 4. And a 19. Total.
Oh, that's a miss.
He goes to hit you, and you duck out of the way of the first 2 hits. You throw your shield up on the last one, and the sword comes down with a hard clangor. That was their turn. Caravan, make a death saving throw.
Oh, fail.
You are in this misty area, and you see towering above you something that appears almost immediately out of nowhere. It looks like it's a giant structure at first. It's so large, and you look up and you see this white shining being. Not humanoid, it's just a creature that towers about 100 feet up into the air. And you can feel it looking down at you with this bright white face. But your wisps start to tendril out of your body. Go ahead. Merritt. I'll get back down.
Yeah.
Merritt appears next to you. You make it?
He doesn't want you to say.
I didn't want these guys to know.
Oh, okay.
You can't tell.
Yeah.
I'm just laying there.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's just bleeding out, and you can see the blood pulsing out of his body. His life force is seeping away. Yerevan, you see Barrett's body back in this mist. And he looks worse for wear. And this creature steps toward him, this 100-foot towering creature. He reaches down from the sky like God, pointing his finger. He touches Merritt, and then he touches you, and when he touches you, you feel this light, this warmth, this presence around you, a shielding protection. And you both are restored to full hit points. Wake up out of this misty area. on the ground, breathing hard. It's an exhausting fight, but you're completely restored.
You just get Deus Ex Dreamacut?
That's what it looked like. I don't know. I think you guys are still dying.
Give me a religion roll.
I get +4. 16.
16. When you look up at this creature, just like Garabon, you guys don't even look at each other anymore. You just start looking at it. And it reaches down. You remember some pages that you've read in your past from your grandfather. Some books that you've read in the library about different angels. And you remember this one in specific is Ramiel. Your grandfather's namesake, Ramiel.
Mhm.
Your
And
grandfather's Ramiel? He's the guy that gave me the ruby statue.
he reaches down, not your grandfather, actual Ramiel. 15?
16.
16? You know that demigods, gods, deities, lesser gods, greater gods, none of them can enter into the plane of the material. It's just not possible. They are decreed by Ao to stay out of the material plane. So for this creature to actually have made contact with you, to touch you, to interact with you, you had to be somewhere else. You could not have been in Lothroom.
Okay.
Whose turn was it? I'm sorry. Did
I just made my death saving throw.
and he did his.
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo. I got your name.
I will take one more step back.
I can't believe this is working, by the way. You're just stepping away. I'll keep trying to hit you. Nope, I won't. You are pretty sure you have this guy's moves on lockdown. Every time he swings, you're one step ahead of him. Go ahead.
And as I attack, I'll say in Elven, swift death to those who have wronged me.
The oath bow.
Yep. And we'll do Luther number 2.
Luther number 2. When you're restored to full, if you had any levels of exhaustion, they're gone. If you had any spell slots gone, they're back. If you had anything you spent, any resource of your personal powers are all back when it touched you.
Sounds awesome.
Swift death to my enemies.
Sharpshooter. Oh, damn. That's 13.
To
The
hit?
first. Yep. To
It
hit.
is a miss.
Second attack. Natural 20.
To this one?
Yep, number 2. And let's see. So 22 plus 17.
39?
Yep. 39 damage.
39?
Does an extra 3d6
The hell?
with the oath bow.
Finish him. Lorenzo's just cleaning their clock.
It'll go right in this chest.
It goes in his back because he's not even looking at you.
Oh yeah.
Out his chest, and when it goes through his back, it explodes out his chest, and when it explodes at you, everything turns into silt and dust, and it just bursts outward, and his whole body crumbles into dust, and some of it blows away in the wind, and the rest mixes in with the snow.
And I will attack the one behind
Oh, careful with your aim.
Cooper.
Luther number 1.
Yep. Now here's an interesting question. Do I get the bonus of the oath bow? No. Okay.
Because it's one enemy.
Yep.
Oh, you mean because they're all Luther?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Let's see. And I have to do sharpshooter. 'Cause
Yes.
I did it. So 11.
That is not a hit. Delaron.
Okay, so his last swing had ended on my shield.
Mhm.
I'm gonna push his sword up and take 2 swings at his ribs.
Okay. You push his sword up and out of the way. You feel the cold steel slide down off your shield as you move upwards to strike.
That's a hit. So he'll take 11, plus I'll wound him. And then 15 plus 8 is 23. So that's another hit for 15 more, plus I'll wound him.
Finish him.
I just want to cut him in half.
When you cut him in half, the same thing happens. You see his entire body dissipate into dust. And as you slice through in a diagonal arc, the bottom half crumbles downwards, and then shortly after, the top half crumbles and blows away, as does the other. Crumbles into dust immediately behind Lorenzo, the one that kept swinging at you.
And then I'm going to turn around and get ready to heal Garavan on my next turn, because I think he's dying still.
And that was the combat. You look over, and they're both starting to sit up, and they look dazed and confused at what's going on. Not from the battle, they seem lost almost. Starstruck.
So like, are you guys okay? You alright?
Get your hands off me.
Fair enough. Alright, so I'll use the last of my juice then on myself for 5 more hit points for myself. I'm still hurt.
As you're sitting there collecting yourself, Merritt, give me one more religion roll.
That's an 8.
8. It's not enough. I'll tell you what you would know. You don't remember the name, but you do remember some different kinds of things you've studied in the past of the planes, the different places of... So the planes kind of go parallel to the material plane, and they all have different frequencies. So at some points, each plane will intersect with another, the close ones. But you know that the Shadowfell sits real near the material plane, and the Feywild sits real near the material plane. Most of the others have very high frequencies. Their intersection points are very minimal, if at all. Some of them don't even sit on the same frequencies. You have to go from one to the next to find that frequency. And it's not like time travel going from one plane to the next. It's just shifting, basically, is how it works. And where you were at was not the Shadowfell or the Feywild.
Okay. It was somewhere not material, not Shadowfell, not Feywild.
So we're just
Sitting in the snow with a pile of dust and a couple undead corpses.
I'll look at Merritt and I'll be like, Merritt, I saw him. I saw Paler. You were there.
Okay, so I just lay down. I'm like, whatever, man, this guy's nuts. I'm like, oh, I gotta lay down.
I mean, like, I run over to him and I grab his cloak and I go, you were there. You were there. Paler touched us.
Oh my god, really?
Merritt, say something. You saw it. He brought us back to life.
You're crazy, man.
You shut your dirty mouth.
Something happened to your brain.
The tall one? By the Crystal Tower?
Yeah, that was Paler, wasn't it?
I don't think so.
Well, who was it then? Like, we've been touched by the gods. We gotta go save this girl right now. They know that I wanted to.
Was it? Was it that picture you were describing? I was like, that's pretty amazing. Oh, I don't think. I think that whatever we saw was vastly greater than we are. I think you're dealing with the problem of scale. That was probably an angel. Palor would be infinitely greater. I don't understand how we could even have experienced that.
Was that one of Palor's angels?
Probably.
You want to call Clyde?
It reminds me of...
Game Clyde's still around?
Well, I can summon Steed now. I can summon a horse.
It's a spectral, skeletal horse. I guess it's less spectral. It's more just skeletal. It has mass and bones and body. But where some of the flesh is, it would be rotting away and you can see bone. And it's a pretty grotesque.
Oh, I don't want the undead horse.
I thought you had the fiend.
Yeah, but it's like a familiar. So it's whatever your horse is.
He'll describe it to you.
I just figured it's a black charger.
I thought you said it like blue fire and smoke and...
That would be awesome. I want it to have like the flaming nostril thing and like where it steps, it burns hoof prints into the ground. That'd be awesome. But the undead horse I wanted back when I was thinking about being the other kind of paladin.
Gotcha. Okay.
The more
Anyways, so he summons his
So
fiendish
looks kind of like a
horse.
nightmare.
Yeah, kind of like a nightmare.
And sometimes when it breathes, you see little flames, as if a dragon was about to breathe. You don't see flames spurting out of its nose, but you see some.
Yeah, I named him Clyde in honor of my other horses. To me, Clyde!
I think it was Romeo.
Well,
Oh, really?
who the hell's Romeo?
It was in...
I have a
An
ruby
angel.
statue in his likeness.
Give me a perception
Some
check.
crazy
both
old
of you.
priest gave it to me.
You can give a perception check as well.
I'm not going to know anything. I'm too hurt.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
like...
really?
Perception 13.
You can tell that for all the wounds they've taken and them falling down in battle, as they rise, everything is completely healed. You all, at this point, realize, Garavan hasn't yet, but his horns have grown back.
Oh, really? I'm like... huh.
We are so restored.
Maybe you were
Do they look all
touched.
mangly still? Or are they
They
more
look like their
traditional?
original horns.
Okay.
However those were. I don't know if
There's
the
a million
horns
different shapes.
Oh,
came
yeah.
up out of your head or to the side.
Fingerprints, ram horns.
Yeah, they were kind of like the
Stag
ram
horns.
horns, like the kind of
Curled once or twice?
No, not even like that. It just
Just
kind of
curved
curled
back.
in. Yeah.
They've got a variety of
He's got a
Oh
diagram
yeah.
of the horns.
Oh
That's awesome.
shit, dude! Serious.
a couple different kinds.
Antlers.
Oh, yeah, you can do whatever.
I'm mostly like these.
Only stretch it out a little bit.
I guess
Yeah.
without these horns, it'd be like they just kind of went back. though.
So just the smaller.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They weren't like thick.
So two thin ones that they stay
Kind
close
of
to your
like
head. Okay.
a little bit. You know.
As you see his side profile, when he turns his head to the side, you now see these horns that curve back across the back of his head.
Maybe
all
you
the
were
way down.
touched by somebody. I'm like, tink, tink.
Oh wait a minute! God damn it! Not again!
Well then.
I think that was Romeo. I had a conversation with Darnell the other day, and he was trying to convince me that maybe sometimes Palor acts through other people and other things rather than directly acting on our behalf.
You have a ruby statue, Ramiel. Some crazy old priest gave it to me before I left the Citadel.
Can I see it?
I pulled it out. Ruby statue.
I mean, that's the ruby statue from Ramiel's chambers where they were staying.
Yeah. Why? You have my grandfather's statue?
Oh, he's your grandfather? He gave it to me.
Yeah.
He said I should take it.
Okay.
You give that right here. That is not yours. You don't
I
deserve
think-
this.
I think
I
it
put
might
it
be
back in the
his.
bag, and I stitched the bag, and I put it over my back.
I was the one touched by Ramiel. Give me that thing.
Nope.
Nah. If that was a gift,
I'm like, if you want to
you
do it
accept
again,
the gifts.
you can.
You accept the gifts that you were given. You were somehow restored.
It was obviously meant for me.
So is my fist if you try and take it.
We don't need to do this.
Obviously, since I'm hurt horribly.
So, wait a second. Is Luther just going to keep showing up over and over again now in
Luther's not
pairs?
Luther. There's
trios?
There's something else going on here. Like,
It seems
I
like
don't
a
know
big
if he
deal.
was some sort of magical construct or what, but I poked the ash with my sword.
Stir the ash into the snow, turn it into mud.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm like, this is not a person per se.
A person per se?
It's not a person. Look, that's not what bodies do after you leave them. Trust me, I know.
True. Did the ghoul ghasts do that too?
No,
No, they're just cooking.
they're rotten.
It's gonna smell awful. I think we should get out of here before this starts to smell.
Well, I gotta find a way to get somebody inside the town that will tell me what happens to Olivia. So I'm either gonna pay somebody or try to get my horse into town.
Why don't I just go? Why don't you just let me go? I don't understand why I can't be the one to go.
Because you're gonna fuck up everything.
I was just touched by the gods
Good for
again.
you. Yeah, that's great.
Have you? Have you ever seen a god like I just did now? Obviously.
Were you told anything?
No, not this time around. You were there, Merritt. You saw. Like, didn't you see everything?
I mean, I didn't know for sure if we had the same experience.
We
guys
both
really
have been
were-
touched. Shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Man, listen.
What?
That doesn't
No.
make
You
sense.
should probably relax a little bit.
You're
I
not
understand
going
the
back into town.
enthusiasm, but we don't need to. The bickering thing. You probably need to.
Out of game. Do
rein
you guys
it
have
in.
horses? Am I the one with the horse?
Yeah, you're the only one with a horse.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you need some of my horseshoes, though, I've got an extra.
Do you have horseshoes?
No.
Okay.
So, apologize to change the topic abruptly, but how do you guys know Luther?
We killed him.
Occasionally.
Yeah. We killed him once. He ran off
Are-
once.
Are you?
How do you know Luther?
Yeah. Is he? Yeah. What the heck?
You remember what I was saying about the group I was with, where
Sort of
they
vaguely, yeah.
made me unconscious?
Mm-hmm.
He
No.
was majority. So,
He was the majority of the group. How many of him were there that time?
well, no, I mean he was majority of the reason why.
Oh.
We had a disagreement, and people took sides, and I didn't get many people on my side.
So wait, I'm confused.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thoroughly confused. I'm gonna sit down now and think about how holy I am.
Like full of holes, or
Oh.
So
man.
wait. So were you in the Huntsman?
no? This was a while ago, when we first got released from the training.
Well, we have until tomorrow at 2 for the ordeal, right? It's nighttime now. Or it's getting on towards nighttime, isn't it?
Why are all three of you having different conversations?
Because he's nuts.
We're all thoroughly confused.
And
I
like,
believe.
yay, he knows Luther. Okay.
I mean, does that not seem? I mean, these things, they're all valid. I mean, obviously, we just had some sort of divine intervention, which seems like it's worthy of conversation. You seem to have some sort of history with a guy who keeps coming back from the dead, now more than one at a time. and you have something going on tomorrow that we would like to investigate. I think we should pick one and figure it out. I vote for tomorrow being dealt with tomorrow.
Fair enough.
Whatever happened to us shouldn't have been able to happen. We shouldn't have been able to access another plane. So that falls distinctly on the mystical long-term projects to figure out. Not a lot to figure out. However, while we're out here in the woods, apparently Luther could be coming back again for us. So I would like to figure that one out.
Let's relocate first.
Maybe walk and talk?
Make it hard for him to catch us.
Light's blessing.
It feels strangely condescending. Does it always feel that way to everyone else? I didn't ever mean it to
I
be.
was just agreeing with you, Merritt. I was just giving you a blessing. Yes, this is great. Well, let's figure it out. Oh, man. How do you know Luther again?
So we were in the same group together that was being taught magic, and we were all released from it because they decided that this was no longer a good idea because too many people were basically getting uppity. And so yeah, they sent a group of well-trained soldiers with magic out into the world and thought it was a good idea. And
So you and Luther are classmates,
essentially, yes.
buddies from the old days.
Paladins with no oath. That's scary.
Yeah.
What was your mission? What were you guys doing?
We were being trained to fight against Magnus.
Oh, so you know who Magnus is.
Yes.
What do you know about Magnus?
I know he's a magic user, and he's got a large horde of Dragonborn in an army. Not much.
I think that's essentially all we know.
So, is there anything left over that we need to be retrieving from these burning ghasts?
I'm gonna
in the
loot the
sand?
looters.
Loot the
You're
sand.
gonna loot the dust?
There's no armor, or they don't leave anything at all? It's all
The
dust?
swords are still there.
Swords are still there, but they're ruined, right?
They're not magical, they're just steel. And the ones that had been coated the entire fight in flame, they're probably no good. The one that went out immediately, yeah, I mean, it's a sword. You could salvage it.
I take the sword.
It's good steel.
Long sword.
Yeah, so I'll kick some snow over the fire pit and the ghouls.
Okay.
These things don't really get funeral rites, as far as I'm concerned.
They're not ghouls, they're ghasts. They're more hardy than ghouls. Better at killing.
Yeah, that did hurt.
I will say I've never seen Luther use these undead. He was practiced in necromancy, but
Seems like every time we run into him, he's got a pack of these things.
Mm-hmm.
Might have been growing them in a vat in a basement.
That was on
Really,
fire.
really long way from here,
A
actually.
basement that was still on fire.
He's definitely following us.
seems odd. I would think that would be more of a divination. It's entirely possible he might be working with somebody.
What's up with the ashing bodies? Is that a spell? I don't know about.
Not that I'm familiar with.
You can go ahead and roll Arcana if you're trained.
I am trained.
Are trained?
11.
Twice that.
Twice that?
22.
That's funny. So he starts bringing up some, like, maybe it's a component of a spell or an effect of a spell. You guys are talking it out. You know, there are some spells that can create one of you. Like a clone, basically. Except they're not the exact same and they don't have the ability to create more. But there are some pretty powerful spells that can create duplicates, basically. And you've heard that the after effect when the duplicate dies is they ash.
Did that happen in the cabin when we first saw him?
Not immediately. When you gave him his funeral rites, his body turned to ash.
I do remember that now.
Yeah, it's like that's
That was
unfortunate.
the first time you met him.
So he's gonna keep coming and keep coming and keep coming and keep. Sweet.
You rolled a 22? The other thing you know is you've not heard of a spell powerful enough to create more than one duplicate of yourself.
Very unusual. If he was powerful enough to be able to do this, he should be powerful enough to just bulldoze the land around us, take us with it. Someone's giving him a little dose of high-level power.
Maybe it's
He
Magnus.
himself is just a
What did you say?
dupe.
Maybe it's Magnus. Maybe he's working with Magnus.
You think Magnus is... Why would Magnus even... I feel like Luther's following us. It feels like. We saw him in the cabin. We saw
ran
him in
into him in the
Riverstorm.
cabin by
And now
accident, I think.
and now we saw him now. So, like... I just don't understand what Magnus would have to do with this.
True. I don't think Magnus knows us yet.
No, maybe not.
Tiny pests a million miles away. Malachi.
Sorry.
Is he texting you?
Yeah.
Communicating from beyond?
It's real.
I have a lot to think about. I would say we should walk for a little bit and then try to get some rest.
Where do you walk to?
I don't want to stray too far from the city because I'm gonna have to figure out what happens tomorrow. So I don't want to be super far away.
Do you want to just find a good camping place somewhere near here? Let's go somewhere upwind in case the draft carries any of this down.
Alright, so you guys start walking to the north. That was the direction you were originally going to hit anyways. But I'm assuming you're not going real far from the sounds of it.
Just looking for someplace practical.
Go ahead and give me a survival check.
Everybody?
Well,
Let's just let him do it.
well, you do it. They're not trained.
It was like, ooh, what about that?
That's a D12.
D12.
Roll
But
roll
you can,
a better dice. Roll the
D20.
real dice.
There you go.
Oh, shoot.
Best case scenario,
Sorry,
you
guys.
fail.
There you go.
16, 7,
23.
22. 20.
23.
23.
Thank you.
Math is hard.
It can be.
When you wake up early. You find a small cave, a small cavern in the side of the mountain. It looks like it just goes in 20 feet or so, and there's no inhabitants here. There might have been at one time a long time ago, but it doesn't seem like anything's been here in a long time.
Well, we could stay here.
I'm not there.
Cave. I don't know if I like caves anymore.
I agree.
Like,
Maybe we could stay just inside the mouth of the cave? You guys are not liking caves?
guess so.
At least gives us some shelter and somewhere to go.
I won't go in there. But I mean, if it's the best place around, I'll follow your lead. You're better at this than I'll ever be.
And that's right. And that's why we're staying in this cave.
Okay. Well, sounds like a plan.
So you guys pack yourselves into this cave. There's plenty of room for everyone. You set up for the night. Doing any watches?
Yeah, we gotta do watches.
I'll take first watch.
Okay. I'll take last watch.
You all have enough time to recover with a short rest.
With a short rest?
Short rest.
Okay.
If you want to heal any hit points with your hit dice,
I would like to do this.
you may do it now.
So you have to do that because you weren't touched by a god.
That's true.
I need another one.
5, 9, 10, 11. Plus 6 is 17. Plus 7 is 23.
Anyone want to do anything for the night?
I'm gonna spend one more. Yay. Okay.
No, I'm just gonna do my watch.
I am going to try to do one of my modified prayers, the message to Remiel instead. Trying to communicate with those that Palor may be working through.
Okay. So you say your prayers to Ramiel. Are you saying them to Ramiel, or are you trying to communicate through Ramiel to Palor?
I would say at this point, just trying to get to Remiel so that that communication path is a little more established.
Okay. So you'll say your prayers.
Yeah. A lot of gratitude for that strange intervention and whatever place that was. Contemplation on that.
And the rest of the night passes uneventfully. You can all get a long rest in. You'll heal to full. If you had any spell slots that were gone, they're back. Any spell points, any exhaustion levels are gone. You are feeling 100% good. You two are already there from being touched by Ramiel. Sounds so bad. From being touched by an angel.
Oh no. I love every minute of it.
And you wake up before the sun rises.
Mm-hmm. Am I also up for the sunrise?
If you're not, I'm sure he gets you up.
Yeah, I would say at about a minute or so before, if you're not awake, I'm coming. Give you a little tap with my tail.
And you wake up.
Do you think I saw him trying to pray to Ramiel last night?
Not if it was silent.
Yeah, it's just regular praying. A lot of contemplation.
Light's blessing. Good morning, Merritt.
Good morning, Garland.
Today just feels so much different. I can look at Delaron and I might even be able to forgive him for everything. Today I just feel full of spirit today.
Yep. I walk to the front of the cave and look east and wait for the sun to come up.
And I'll just follow you.
Okay. So, in silence, you wait until the sun rises. You do your devotions silently, if you remember them. Roll an intelligence unless he's walking.
Oh no.
through it.
I'm really bad at intelligence.
7.
You remember bits and pieces of the devotions. If you're doing them silently, he won't correct you. If you're trying to do it out loud, he'll know you're doing it
I
wrong.
feel like I'm in a state where I am doing them out loud.
Okay. So he's doing his devotions. They're okay. I mean, he's got the right spirit for it. He's in the right mood and mindset, but The words are all wrong. The rhyming is not there.
I'm not going to interrupt. We can talk about it later, I guess, but for this part, I just let it
Then the
be.
sun rises over the landscape. A new day, and you two awake as well.
Yeah. As of right now, my eyes, they do have pupils, and they're a very light blue.
Your eyes have
Iris.
changed color.
They do this occasionally, but not.
I feel like that's not the truth. They've always been black.
I've definitely been using thaumaturgy to change my eyes occasionally, but right now there's whites, and then a very light blue and a black pupil. So you can actually see where I'm moving my eyes right now.
That's creepy. What?
All right. What do you do this day? Anything in the morning? Are you going anywhere in particular?
I eat a cold ration. I hop on Clyde, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to go back towards town. I won't enter town because I swore that I wouldn't enter town, but I'm going to see if I can pay someone to watch the proceedings and bring me news. Maybe even bring the horse into town so that I can communicate with Clyde over long distances and see what happens.
I'm going with you.
You're not going in, though. If you try to go in, I'm going to stop you.
I don't understand why I can't do this. I still don't know.
No, it's really easy. Like, you can't go in because if you do, you'll fuck up the ordeal that Olivia has said that she wants to go through.
Mhm.
And we're exiled, then we don't want to fuck anymore with the King of Riverstorm than I already have.
Thanks for taking some responsibility.
Yeah, okay. Can we just... but I'm not going to let you go in. I like the idea of you coming with me, so if you try to go in, I can kick your ass again. But I'm not going to let you go in.
I would prefer that you don't injure each other so that Luther comes back and decides to brawl and...
Good idea. Yeah, that was my bad. But you can't go in there, man. We've been, like, exiled. That's a thing. I don't know about you guys, but I promised that I wouldn't go back. Like, I swore.
Well, I'm going with you.
Okay, but you're not going in.
Fine.
Don't get weird on me once we get there.
I won't. I'm going with you. I understand. We'll do this the right way.
I don't know if I trust you.
Can you say that out loud?
Yeah. Yeah, I say that out loud. Yeah.
You can trust me.
Okay. No, don't do that. It just makes me not want to take you.
So you get on the horse that can only fit two, and you two ride towards Riverstorm.
We'll be back.
Should we meet you halfway, or...
Sure, or you guys can wait here. We'll come back. Either, it doesn't matter. Whatever you want. You want to meet us halfway? Do you want us to meet you here? Do you want to bust an Artigan lately and take off so we can't find you and I'm stuck with this asshole? Like, what do you want to do?
Well, if you're asking us now before you leave,
Mm-hmm.
I'd say we should probably walk back in that direction too. Be a little bit more available should they run into inevitable trouble.
We can all walk together then. If you guys are going back in that way, there's no reason I have to get there first. We have until 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
I would prefer to be around you guys anyway because, well, they did kind of let me know that they didn't want you guys going into town, so...
Can you go back into town?
I don't believe I've been barred.
Sweet. Well, then why don't we just send you back in to see what happens to Olivia?
I thought you were exiled just like us.
No.
We didn't even meet this guy until after we got kicked out.
I don't even know who you are.
Okay,
Wasn't there
well,
something about Luther last night you were telling us about?
Yes.
You're not listening?
Get off my horse.
Listening's a pretty big deal. Just dismiss it out from under.
Yeah, just get off the horse, man.
Yesterday was a big day for me. I'm very sorry. My name is Garavan.
Your name is not actually Garavan. Your name is Vios.
Why do you have to... Wait a minute. My horns. Oh my god, my horns.
That's fine. You have horns. You're a tiefling, man. Sack up. It's okay.
I take the hat out.
Is his tail back?
Did you have a tail?
He had
They're
a tail and they
optional.
cut it off.
Your tail is back.
Oh my god.
Oh, is that just stuffed
Wait
in
a
your
minute.
pants?
I got my tail? Yeah.
It's you don't.
And
You
it's
have to
one
modify
out
your
of your ass. I don't know what is going on.
modify
Yeah.
your shorts.
Did my hair grow back, Ryan?
That'd be great if
Because it got cut?
Yeah, because he shaved his head bald.
Your hair will grow. Sure, your hair is back to
Oh, thank God.
a normal average length. You were touched by the gods.
Gods gave you a cool haircut.
That's a bowl cut.
Yeah.
So,
Like a mullet would look pretty cool, actually.
Business in the front, party in the back.
I put on the hat
Of disguise.
and I turn into who I know to be as the actual Garavan, the wood elf. So,
Okay. Whatever.
So he looks quite a bit different.
I'm like, the gods restored you to your former glory. Who are you to say that they are wrong?
He's off your horse. You can't touch him.
Okay.
but I can't disagree with that. And I take my hat off and
I give you a disapproving.
I lean back out of his frame of reference and I smile.
I can't disagree with that. I suppose this is who I am.
Careful.
It is who you are.
Cocked and loaded.
So you all head back towards the city. It doesn't take you very long to get there. You get there before the sun has even really gone too high. It's about 10
All right,
o'clock.
so hey, will you do me a favor? Will you ride my horse into town to check on Olivia?
Oh. I thought we were traveling outward, and I hope to keep an eye on you guys, but if me going in will keep you guys out, I guess it would be the best choice.
Hmm?
Probably the best option we have. I don't believe we can get out of here satisfying everyone without knowing what happens to her.
If anything goes wrong and you need us, just tell Clyde, and he'll let me know.
Okay.
Clyde looks a little fiendish.
Yeah. So I nervously climb on the fiend horse.
And he walks, he
The
leaves
horse wear the hat?
scorch marks on the ground. Not like really burned in, but just cindering a little. And you can see a trail that he presses through the snow of melting snow as he walks through it. You ride down into the city. The gates are closed and they aren't letting people in. There's a bunch of people out at the gates trying to get in. It's a shanty town. You ride up to the gates and the guards do stop you.
Hello?
What's your business here?
I've been asked to deliver a final verdict of what happens at an event that is going to be happening during the evening.
By whose orders? This river guard, he's got the plate mail of the normal river guard. It's bright silver with some blue trim and white cloak.
No one of importance. A simple friend.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion.
Lorenzo's not good at this.
6.
What's to you, asshole?
We've been told not to let anyone into the city.
That's unfortunate. I don't suppose you were given a reason why. You don't ask questions, I suppose.
He gives you a smile. Looks like you answered your own question.
Fair enough. Thank you for your time. I'll ride back to them.
Okay. So he comes back within 20 minutes.
I already know he's coming back. I assume that Clyde tells you they were turned away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, they're on their way back.
Let me read this spell that you're just talking to your horse from.
I can communicate with him like out to a mile or something telepathically. I don't
I just want to wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
It's your favorite thing.
Sure. Right.
Telepathic communication.
Love it.
Mhm. I gotta figure out how to do this summon a horse thing.
So is Lorenzo back with us now?
Unless you guys wanted to do something beforehand because he knew.
He is back. Find Steve.
So what happened?
Yeah, that was fast.
Yeah, it was turned away. They're not letting anyone in.
For how long?
I did not inquire. I figured if they're not letting anyone in today, you guys would not be interested. Do you plan on spending multiple nights out in the outskirts of the city, or?
Okay. I don't know. How cold are you guys?
Let me try to go in, guys. Let me try to get in.
If they didn't
Based
let me
on what?
in, they're not going to let someone who's exiled in.
What if I did this and I turned into Jordan Dusk?
I can't
So
know.
he
still somebody
changes his
going in.
entire appearance into a half drow with deep gray skin and
So the issue with that is, one, the person that you're taking that form of, are they in the city? Because they might find you and be like, hey, why are you me?
Listen, you can't go in. That's it. You're not going in.
Why won't you let me try to do this?
Because you will fuck this up.
What's the worst they're gonna do? Turn me away?
Throw
The
you in
worst
prison.
thing that can happen is you can get in and fuck it up.
I won't fuck it up. I'm not gonna
will.
stop the ordeal.
I don't.
I
believe
won't
you.
stop the
I
ordeal.
do not believe you.
I do.
Thank you, Mary.
Things could certainly go wrong, but I believe your intentions are proper.
Did you both take crazy pills while you were being
No,
molested by a
we were
celestial
touched by a
entity?
god.
I'm saying
so
that
sorry
I
about
don't.
that.
I don't disagree that going in there has its hazards. I'm merely stating that his intentions are good.
Okay, well, you gotta take my horse if you're gonna go and you want my blessing. If you take the horse, I'm okay with it.
Will the guards feel particularly enthusiastic if they see one person by one person come in riding your unique
Griffins
horse?
fly in and out of the city all the time. I'm sure it'll be alright. There's magical beasts all over the place.
I'm just saying it might not help his chances.
Let's take the horse.
I don't know.
Really?
Merritt's really onto something here. If I show up with the same horse,
If they have a problem with you because of the horse, then just send the horse away. He'll come back.
okay.
Roll an insight on Captain, what's his name over there?
I mean, no. You can't really roll insights or
just ask me.
deceptions.
Why are you
players.
so intent on sending the horse?
Because Clyde is my magical mount. He can tell me what's happening. I don't have to wait for this guy to come back and tell me what's been happening over there. The horse can just relay it to me.
And you don't trust what I would say to you?
I
don't know why
trust
I've
you that
broken
much.
your trust.
I don't know. I punched you, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm projecting. I don't know if I'm smart enough to say
I
that.
would say the debt appears to be on the other side of the
Sure.
lever.
I think that you mean well, but I think you're going to do the wrong thing.
I think going into town itself is the wrong thing, although I do
mean,
not doubt your intentions are well.
I think so too. I really think that Lorenzo should be the one to go. Or that we should just go up and ask the guards to tell us what happens. I'm sure news is like, it's not illegal for them to tell us what happened there. One of the guards will be there.
I could definitely go back at like 2 or so and see if they have news of what happened afterwards. But
I think we should all just head down there.
Okay.
And we can... All they have to do is not let us in to the city.
Yeah.
I don't... Sooner or later, they're going to have to pick a line and say, that's as close as we can come. We stay on the other side of that line.
I don't think they necessarily want us to be standing on that line looking at them going, hey, how's it going over there?
Well, yeah, we would leave them alone. We don't need to antagonize guards. And we could wait until they get updated.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. No one has to go in. Let's just go talk.
So you guys head into the city, to the shanties.
Toward the city.
Yeah, we're not going into the city.
On the outsides of the city.
What if I seek him?
We're going to call this your trust building episode.
Mm-hmm.
No, you can't sneak in.
And when you get to the shanties, you push through the destitute and the poor and the hungry and the people that haven't been able to get into the city, the people that don't have the ability to get enough food. You see a lot of people that beg you as you pass by because you do look well off. Compared to them, at least, you look pretty affluent. And you push past them towards the front.
I'll give my rations away while I'm passing through.
So you pass your rations out. The first one you pass out, you are mobbed.
I'm on a horse, so that's okay.
Not that they're attacking you, but there is a throng of people that press around you as you're handing out your rations that are reaching up and begging and pleading, and you hear pleads of mothers for their children, and
I give the food to the moms. I don't give it to kids. I don't give it to dads. I just give it to moms. Anybody who looks like they're a mother with kids.
and it's really hard to tell. So one's with kids?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a few with their children, and they're holding their children up, some of them, to grab the rations from you.
I'm like, so I have no more rations.
And they still trail with you as you're walking. Even when you say, I have no more
I have
rations,
no more.
they
Yeah, I have no more.
continue following you and begging and pleading.
I have no more.
And you guys continue moving through. But besides that, they eventually taper off, and you hear them begging and pleading from other people that are coming through, that are going in to the city. You see the guards letting some people through. They're not opening the main gates, but they're opening the little side gates.
So there's people that are going up there with us that are getting in.
Not at this exact same time, but
Sure.
as time passes, you see other people that come through.
Is
Usually
it-
on horse.
If there's someone who's going through on horse, I'll stop him and say, have a moment of your time.
So the first ones don't even hear you. They pass right by, and they seem to not pay any mind to you or to the people that are pressing in on them.
Okay. I'll wait until I can get someone's attention.
You gonna try real hard?
Yeah. I will try real hard.
What are you gonna do?
I'm like, hey, excuse me, pardon me, one moment. And I'll hold out my pouch full of platinum and shake it in their general direction.
And when you do that, a throng of people press around you. Other people,
Yeah, poor
the
people.
poor.
I know.
They continue to beg you. You hold your pouch up so they can't reach it.
If the press gets super strong, I'll just fear them.
You should not say some things out loud. The people riding through the city see your pouch of gold and continue moving.
Okay, so the next time that another group of people is coming up, I'll just get in their way.
Okay. You see some people pushing through the crowd. You can't see who they are until they get almost all the way through these heavy bodies, and it is Darnell and Borthos. They're not on horses. They're actually on some real shaggy, stout rams.
Oh, I love it.
Like, very sturdy rams that can hold
A dwarf.
a little sturdy, stout dwarf.
Darnell. A
He
moment.
doesn't seem to hear you because people are crowding around.
Hey!
Roll something.
What do you want?
I don't know. What are you doing? You just shouting?
Yeah.
Everyone's shouting.
Roll out an obnoxious check.
So
Alright.
I'll use.
So that's what I'll do. Instead, I'll get as close as I can to him. How close can I get to him? Can I ride up to him, or are there people in the way?
It's hard to get through all the people, but eventually you can make your way there.
Okay, I'll just get up to him then.
Okay.
And get in his way.
He's like, I don't have anything. I'm sorry. I don't have any.
Hey!
He looks at you and stops. He's like, Delaron, what are you doing here?
I need you to do me a favor.
What's going on? I don't have anything. Please, leave me alone. I'm sorry.
I gave my food away already. Listen,
I did too.
my friend Olivia is going through the ordeal today in the square in the Nobleman's District. I'm not
Porthos
allowed...
now rides up to his side. Are you guys following as well?
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
be
try to
right
press
there.
through.
Okay, so you press your way through all the bodies. And you're getting up to him at about this point.
So, I'm not allowed back in the city. They threw me out.
What happened?
I was trying to visit
Porthos
her.
smiles as he says
Yeah,
that.
he knows, yeah. I'm like, well, I was trying to talk to her in the dungeons, and one of the guards got uppity, and I basically did this to him, and so then him and his buddies came in and kicked the shit out of me, and they threw me out of town. More or less.
Threw all of us out of town.
Right.
The king threw you out of town?
Yeah. But I need to know what happens to her. She's going to take the ordeal today. I was hoping that you would be able to be there in my stead to witness what happens and that you would let me know.
Aye, as long as it won't affect my status with the king.
I don't think that he minds people watching. It's done in front of the whole city as a public sort of trial. I just need to know what happens to her.
What'd they say to you?
Leave
We've
and
been
don't
gone
come
for a
back.
couple days.
Said leave and don't come back.
Wait.
They didn't
We're-
make a decision yet, did they?
I'm pretty sure I know which way it's going to go. You're welcome. And
He doesn't laugh.
he keeps a straight face. Yeah, you're welcome.
Did you do it on purpose?
No, I didn't do it on purpose.
I believe the king was a bit extreme.
I asked to be able to take the ordeal with her. What
I
wanted,
knew that much.
I wanted to be able to go with her through the
We
experience.
heard your argument in the dining room. Everyone
Everybody
did.
heard our argument in the dining room, yeah. But they decided that they were going to deny that to me and throw me out.
As an apparent natural consequence to Delaron's charm, we are now on the outside of the city and unlikely to receive aid from the king. We are leaving the city as soon as we can. Our one remaining task would be to learn of the fate of his companion.
Porthos, one of the rare times he actually speaks up. You hear mostly Darnell talking, and he actually looks a lot better than he used to. He used to have real wild, shaggy red hair, and it's been braided in real nice braids that go all the way down his back, and his beard is braided again real nicely instead of just flaring outward like Wolverine. And he rides up on his ram. Are you all coming with us? The offer still stands. You wanna fight Magnus?
Yes.
Whether the king sends aid your way or ours, you can come with us.
When are you setting sail?
As soon as we hear, we have some preparation to do up north.
Will you be able to cross the wall before spring?
We would have to talk to the queen first. He looks at Darnell, and Darnell shakes his head yes.
Because as soon as the thaw is hit and Glim is over, from what I understand, Magnus is going to cross the wall, and we all know people and care for people that will be in his way when he crosses at the end of Glim. So before Glim is over, with your help or without, I have to cross the wall and try to kill him.
I mean, that's the plan.
Right. Then yeah, I vote that we sign on.
I'm just wandering. As long as we meet new people, I'm fine with it.
Who are you?
You're just in it for the Tinder swipes.
I'm like, he's the new guy.
It's like right, left, right. Just here to meet new people.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, he's the new guy. The king gave him to us as a minor to make sure we don't go back in, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm glad I wasn't drinking coffee at that very moment. Good God.
Yeah. Artigan's still missing. And we've filled his role temporarily, at least, for as long as he would like to stay with us.
He looks at Darnell, Borthos does. Yeah, you think they can finish what we started in the meantime? And Darnell's like, well, if you can't go in the city, we did go down to those mines.
What'd you find?
It was very much like the Underdark, except we weren't fighting with dark-skinned dwarves. We weren't fighting with dark-skinned elves. There are some creatures down there they'll chew you to the bone.
Like
We couldn't get them all.
long claws, undead. I describe a ghast.
No,
What was it?
I don't know.
Well, explain it to me.
Some of the creatures looked like humans that had been mutated and twisted and turned to dark. They were not human anymore, or elf. And there were some creatures that were bigger than a dog, but scary. They had a face full of teeth. We didn't go too far down because, well, yeah, there's only
Was it
two
just
of
the
us.
two of you?
Yeah. Michael is staying in Riverstorm and Jesse is busy.
What about
being
Cullen?
a captain. Quillen? Quillen wasn't a fighter. Quillen was a guide.
Oh.
Now he's an advisor to the Justicar.
Yeah, good for him. He's an asshole. No offense.
I mean, he saved the queen.
That's true. I guess he's a bad guy. A lot of great guys are assholes. Look at us.
I mean, he
But he's
had
kind of a jerk.
he had his
I don't know.
faults, but
I don't feel like I'm an asshole.
They never do. Anyways, we will totally go do this for you if you do this thing for me. I feel like that's a fair trade for sure. Yeah? Are you guys down?
Sure.
Sounds like you made another decision for us, so yeah, let's do it.
You barely finished the sentence about not being an asshole before you got condescending. I'm sorry. I think it is probably a decent use of our time. We're going to want to stay somewhat nearby, both to hopefully wait out the recovery of your companion, and also so that we don't get too far separated from Darnell and Borthos.
How far away are the mines?
take about 8 hours on horse.
Mm.
Take about 6.
Oh, we're talking about doing the mine thing?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about going up north with them for the...
That too.
That too.
Okay.
That would be the long-term plan.
Mm-hmm.
This would be something to
Keep us
keep us
occupied.
occupied for the next few days, potentially.
I mean,
I'll
we're
tell you
gonna-
what, they have a little fort up there, somewhere that the miners can stay. People that don't live nearby. If you want to stay there, when we pass by in our ships, we'll pick you up. We're not going to ride our way back to Iranex. We're going to take our ships.
You'll want word on the outcome of the thing that's happening tonight, though. So
Let's stay here through the day.
I thought that was part of the deal.
Get word. And then for better or worse, do we head up? Are you comfortable leaving her? Perhaps it's under their
At this point, you guys hear a loud ruckus from up near the gates, and people are now starting to swarm their way towards the secondary gates where a cart has been pulled outside, and it's filled up to the brim with different kinds of foods, mostly non-preservative kinds, things that would have been spoilt. And the people are pressing in, and there's a few guards that are starting to hand out food. But the throng of people around you disperse.
Cool.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, so we're gonna go to the fort, right?
I checked my pouch. Still there?
No one has stolen anything from me.
What time is it now?
Still morning.
Yeah.
Like
9
10
o'clock?
9
Yeah.
o'clock. Let's just wait 5 hours for you guys, for them to come back out. We'll know now, and then we can go to the cave afterwards.
Whether she survives the ordeal or not. We don't know the effects of this poison, whether it would affect her immediately. We don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's an immediate thing.
So
The recovery might not be.
if she succumbs to this poison, or she survives it, are you still comfortable with leaving to the mines?
I just want to know.
Okay.
Before we leave, there's a few things that we have that we can't use. If you want them, it'll probably help you in your journeys.
Sure.
So he opens a pouch, much like your own. It looks like a bag of holding as he sticks his hand down in further than it should go from a very shallow bag. He reaches it up to the armpit almost, and he starts pulling out some different items. The first item he pulls out is
Christmas,
a rod
you're like a
of
Santa
the
Claus.
Pack Keeper +1.
Out of the pack keeper.
We
That's
didn't
you?
have anyone in the group that could use this. We've had it for a while, but I think you can. You're gonna go to the mines. I think you're gonna need it. He hands you this rod, and it's pitch black except for a small hand that's grasping upwards at the end. It looks
a bit creepy.
somewhat creepy.
You can use that? All right. Cool.
Yes! It is a back scratcher.
As you start doing that, you feel the fingers start.
It is not a back scratcher.
They're like, wonder what other fun things you can do with it.
He pulls out.
Oh, God. It does an excellent job cleaning my hooves.
Right.
He pulls out a few different rings. As he pulls them out and he's showing the rings, that's when you see that he actually has like 6 different rings on.
Dude, that's awesome. Way to be awesome.
But he hands you guys a couple. He's like,
Is this +1, +2, +3,
+1.
+9?
+1. Okay. +9.
I'm just saying. I don't know.
Okay, rings.
This is a ring of jumping. I don't have any use for it, but if you want to jump real far, this is your ticket. I got no more fingers for him. He hands that to you guys.
Ring of jumping somebody?
I mean, why not?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
He pulls out this cloak and shakes it off, and it's this dingy gray, average-looking cloak. I know it doesn't look like much, but it's a cloak of protection.
Oh.
It'll keep you safe. A little more safe, at least. If you don't have one already, it's good to wear.
I don't have one. Do you guys
Feel
have
free.
one? Okay. Cloak protection?
Well, I don't know you very well, but I actually thought these would fit Garavan better. And he pulls out some bracers of archery. I know that you have a bow strapped to your back, but
By all means. I mean, you are the ones that are acquainted with each other. I feel no need to have you give me a gift.
he hands you bracers of archery.
Oh, shit. Really? Thanks. Thank you. The gods are
well.
really blessing me right now.
Jesse had a few powers. He didn't need them all.
All right. And what do those bracers do?
I don't remember. I think they give you +2 to damage.
Mm-hmm. They do.
I could just click it, I guess. +2 to damage. Alright, I was right.
With just bows, correct?
With ranged weapons.
Ranged weapons.
Not ranged spells, just ranged weapons.
Right.
He says, do you have any potions? Potions of health?
We have a few.
All my
Do you need
potions are
any?
gone.
No. I just thought you might need some. I mean, you never know if you're gonna run out of resources.
Yeah, sure.
We've been in a bind before. You saw us down in the Underdark.
Yeah.
We restocked up here a little bit.
Oh, sure. That would be great. How many do you have?
Like, I got a few. I'll give you 2
2?
potions of greater healing.
Okay.
I mean, I have 3. I'll give you 3.
Okay, thanks.
I can put those in the bag.
I think we should split them up.
I am difficult to take down, so it would be beneficial
for
to have
you.
me have one.
Yeah.
One for
Neither of you
you.
have any intrinsic healing ability.
I can heal.
That's why I said
Oh
these.
yeah, these guys. Yeah, one for each of them. And then, do you want the third one?
I would say I have plenty of potions at the moment.
Okay, so then I'll take it.
So you should have at least one.
Potion of greater healing.
I've had this for a while. I don't use it much anymore, but you don't. And if you need more magical items, this is pretty good. He hands you a little periapt of wound closure.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, what does that do?
This item it helps you heal. If you ever go down in combat, you ever put to the ground and you're bleeding out, it stops that. You won't die.
Yeah, you should take that one, maybe.
If you're apt to dying, then maybe.
I wouldn't say it happens all that often.
Well, one of these two for sure.
I vote you because you're the one that can heal.
True. If he goes down and you're still up, you can heal him.
Right.
You go down and he's still up. About all he can do is a potion.
Does that require attunement?
Do you have an amulet already?
I have.
It does require attunement. That's why. Or he'll tell you, like, that's why I don't use it anymore.
Yeah. I am, with the use of this rod, I am going to have to make some decisions about how many magical items I keep my focus on. But I have a feeling one of us will be able to use it.
So he hands that to you.
I'm gonna have to start doing some things.
I think there was one more thing. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Merritt, got this just for you. And he pulls out a scroll. And it's written in a dwarven rune, but you can read it because it is a divination scroll. And you can use it. He said that you have never heard from Palor. I found this. I thought about you first, but it lets you cast the spell divination.
I'm unfamiliar with this spell. What does that do?
It can put you in contact with your god or your god's servants.
Whoa.
You can ask them questions about certain things.
That is kind of amazing.
You can ask them questions about the future,
Isn't
about
it-
what's going to happen.
That was exceedingly kind of you, sir. Thank you. I hope to put it to good use.
Hey, use it however you feel.
I'm definitely making eye contact with him.
Scroll divination to
So,
talk to Paylor.
thank you. Thank you.
It might not be Paylor. I'm not sure.
I suppose we'll find out.
So he hands you the scroll.
I'm kind of eager to run off and go try this thing out right now. We got a couple hours to kill. Ooh.
And for magic item, let me make sure that was it.
Is this I'm sorry you couldn't loot Luther?
No.
Okay.
I'm never sorry. You haven't learned that by now.
True.
I just feel that magic item should be earned.
You get a couple, usually.
Does no one else want the periaptic wound closure?
I'm gonna have to do some
Juggling?
I don't know if I can justify using up some of my attention on an item that only works situationally if I were to be knocked unconscious.
Okay.
I am suddenly rather flush with magic items. I would say that perhaps someone else is better suited to it.
One of those gives you a smell.
Could
When you go down there, be careful. And if you need to, you can use the carts. They go through the whole mine, it seems. At least to the ends. Do you know how to use them?
Nope.
Yeah, they follow a track for the most part. And
For the most part.
as long as the track hasn't been ruined or... Yeah.
Okay.
We rode them for a while. But they go through the whole way.
Alright.
While you're in there, I'm gonna just reach out and, as long as we don't have a throng around us,
Nope, we're all
I'm gonna-
grabbing food.
I'm gonna hand over some gold. Would you be so kind as to find some light leather armor or something? I would like to be prepared for whatever journey this is north.
For you?
Indeed, sir.
You can wear armor.
Only if it's, nothing like what he's wearing.
You should have been doing that all along.
I have. It's something new. I'm gonna try. I never felt comfortable trying anything outside of my sacred robes, but I feel like they might not be the most practical thing now that we are spending so much time out and about.
So he'll take your money. I'll come back with some armor for you.
Thank you, sir. I hand him way too much. Twice as much as whatever it's going to
smiles at
cost.
you. He's like, I hang out with the queen's grandson. I don't need no money. I'll bring it back to you.
Well,
Darnell's like,
make sure you eat
Shakes
well
his
while you're
head.
inside. I appreciate it. You have more than earned the money with what you've given us.
don't die now.
It's our specialty. I look at you.
Not dying or dying?
Right. I'm confused.
I don't clarify.
So they will take the money and say their goodbyes. And they'll head into the city, and when they go up to the guards, they let them right in.
I think they lied to you.
Big damn.
Or whoever.
Big
whatever.
damn
Go ahead and roll your
heroes.
perception.
Nope. I I am not a perceptive dude.
4. I'm looking at my
10.
new rod and all
14.
these things.
So everyone's looking at their items and they're distracting Lorenzo, who didn't get any items. Like, just, this is cool. And you guys don't see anything. You fail as a group. Good job.
Hey, maybe you could wear this necklace thing.
And
I
they
think it's
disappear
well suited for
behind the gates and in the city as people are now dispersing away from the cart of food that has just been ransacked. It is completely empty. There is not one scrap of food left.
We should use this moment to get out to the edge of the
Yeah,
slums.
we'll go out there. We'll leave.
Okay.
Out to the edge.
Need to see.
I'll take the parapet wound closure if no one else wants it since I stand on the front line.
Oh, yeah, man.
I mean,
Yeah, so get some studded leather. So I gave him. Way too
Just
much
figure.
gold.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I trust you.
Like I said, double. So
He'll come back with the item you requested. Just spend the gold.
Some black studded leather.
And he'll give you your change. So just spend the exact amount.
Oh, okay.
And as long
I tried.
as long as you guys don't run off in the next 2 hours and throw this plan out the window, then he'll come back.
no, we're waiting. Waiting
Okay.
until after they find out.
Well,
what's
I
going on
never
with
know
Olivia.
anymore. I don't make any plans.
Like, we made some plans. Let's ride off into the sunset.
Let's see what happens.
Plans are a thing of the past.
Good call. Good call.
That's gonna.
Does anybody want the periapt I currently have on then?
What's that?
The one where no one can find you?
Oh, the amulet of proof against detection.
Right.
Well, one of my things I'm trying to do is actively have people find me, so.
Yeah, I had it for when Trollguff was around, but then he's dead now, so.
Just see. I'm gonna lay out all the things that are
I'll take that one.
attunement.
Okay, here you go.
Thanks, Elron.
Mm-hmm.
And the time
What is
passes.
that thing?
Yeah,
Amulet of
I'm
proof
going
against
to
detection.
use this scroll.
Oh, you are going to do this right now, huh?
Magic.
Not even gonna wait.
I'm gonna go see what this is all
By
about.
such magic or perceived through magical scrying sensors.
All right. Well, let me read the spell since I
Since
was
you're gonna
ready
have
for
to
you to
know.
use it right away.
Yep. I was like, let's go see what this is all about.
Or you're not ready for him to use it right away.
Yeah, come on.
Cause I'm dumb.
As I say, this is merit. You give him a toy, he's going to use it.
I shouldn't.
Ooh.
Okay. So, are you going to do this alone? Are you going to inform anyone of your plans? You pull out the scroll. It's written in Dwarven runes, and whether you can speak Dwarven or not, only someone of the caster requirements for you would be cleric, because you can read those.
Okay.
Can read it.
No. I think everyone heard about what this does.
Yeah, let's
So-
communicate with the deity.
Apparently so. I never tried anything quite like this, but any thoughts on the process before we give it a go?
I mean, do you get to ask questions? What happens?
For 3 questions.
So, it'll put you in contact with a god or a god servant. You can ask a single question, and it might be a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or an omen, but it has to be truthful. It doesn't take into account possible circumstances that might change the outcome, like additional spells that you might cast, or the loss or gain of a companion.
So, I mean, I think we should ask it how we can kill Magnus before he sweeps across
It's
the
for
wall.
the next 7 days, something that will happen in the next 7 days.
Oh, well then ask it whatever you want.
Seeing as it's not something that is going to be necessarily accurate for a future event, I would recommend a past event. Something you'd want to know about something that happened in the past.
Can you do that?
Nope.
No?
Specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days.
Oh, okay. Darn.
Yes.
Okay. I
Yeah.
start reading it.
Ask it. What do you think you should ask it?
Alright, so you start reading the scroll. And his eyes turn black as he starts reading.
Tell him hi for me.
What happens?
You open your eyes and you are now standing again in that mist. And you are looking up at that same figure, that towering, angelic-like creature that you believe is looking down on you, shining their light down on you. This is an odd feeling because the last time you felt despair and everything was leaving you, but now things are just passing by you. You guys see Merritt collapse to the ground as he starts reading the spell.
Sweet.
I'm sure that's part of the spell.
I mean, anybody know what's supposed to happen?
He's falls to the ground, and he kind of falls pretty straight downward, but he's gripping the scroll tightly, and he doesn't let go of it, even on the ground on his back.
Getting electrocuted, guys.
Yeah, is he like doing the weird seizure
He's not
thing,
seizuring.
or- Okay. So I'm like,
Anyways,
give it some
back
time.
to Merritt. What do you ask?
Does Olivia survive the trial?
Could have just waited a few hours.
right?
Maybe.
All right.
It's just, I went through a couple different questions, and I figured that's the one that comes to my head right now. And if you're rolling to see if she survives, remember that I gave her an extra D4 for the ceremony. Yeah. Okay. And then, yeah.
You hear the angelic voice of this creature. It doesn't sound like words or speaking. It sounds like a song, but not one voice. It's many, many voices in unison at the same time saying these words to this song. And Ramiel tells you, I am here to shepherd her down to the city. Her soul is to be judged accordingly. This is the fugue plane. Go ahead and roll religion.
That's sad.
17.
The fugue plane is the plane where, when you die, that's the only way you can get there. Very rarely people have ventured here. Now you start to remember these things that you've read about it, and it makes sense. The fugue plane is just mostly mist around, and there's not even really a floor. It's just a flat plane, and the only thing of note is the Crystal City. And once you realize that, you're like, of course, this is the fugue plane. How could you have forgotten? And they go there to be judged accordingly. And once they're judged, they can go to the different planes of the different gods, or they end up as servants in the fugue plane. And the servants can be used for all different sorts of things. A lot of times they're used to prevent demonic invasions, or sometimes they go and invade in their other planes where the demons reside as a frontal assault, or as something they slighted the gods with. They'll go fight them back. And he tells you that he is here to shepherd her soul.
I imagine that's... Well, no, I
It's hard to get words out after hearing these voices, this voice, whatever it is in your mind. It's the first time either a god or a servant of God has ever talked to you. And it's very jarring experience. Give me a wisdom save.
Is that a 7?
Is that a 1?
That is not a 7.
Man.
Now you're seizing.
You start bawling. It is very emotional, and you can't even keep it in. You're crying. You start sobbing. You feel the tears start streaming down your face as you leave this plane all at once, and you're snapped back into reality and into life. And in life, on the material plane, you guys see him burst into tears, into a full-on sob.
That's disconcerting.
And he lets go of the scroll, and now sizzles away in a flash. And he can't help but cry, and he just turns to the side and holds his head and continues to sob.
Are you alright?
And it'll last for a good, 30 seconds of full-on sob. Can't breathe. At the end, you come to. Part of you feels that Ramiel speaking to you, or whoever it was speaking as a vassal to Palor. Catches his breath finally.
Mary, did you speak to Palor?
Sort of.
What did you ask him?
I wasn't even sure he was real.
Who?
Till today. He's out there.
Okay.
He talked to me.
What'd you ask him?
I mean, why wouldn't he have ever spoken to me before?
I don't know, they're gods. I'm surprised they even care about what happens to us. We're like ants to them.
Maybe you weren't ready yet.
Anyways, are you alright?
At this point, you feel you can sit up finally.
Your friend isn't going to survive. Whether that means you want to storm in and try to change destiny, or you want to just head to the caves now, I understand. But staying here seems a waste either way.
What time is it?
Probably 10. Get 4 hours extra head start.
How sneaky are you?
We can find out. This is gonna go bad.
Yeah.
But I gotta try.
Agreed.
I begin the process of attuning to the rod.
Yeah, we have an hour, right? Okay. Well, I think that I can make a ruckus at the front gate and give you a chance to get in.
And I can sneak on by, right?
Sure. You guys can try to get in while I create the distraction. I have very active wound closure, which looks like it'll come in handy on day 1.
Give me a perception check. Everyone but Merritt.
Fail.
6 and 7's 13.
8.
Alright, you fail as a group.
Yep.
What happens? You roll the 1 over there?
Yeah, roll the 1.
What happens? You are distracting. You
I
guys missed
sneeze.
something.
I sneeze. I'm like, blah, blah, blah. And it's loud. And
Oh, you don't
everything,
turn away,
and
though.
I
You sneeze
snot
out.
on
You sneeze
Caramon's
out of it, you know it.
face.
He sneezes in your face.
Right in your mouth.
It seems like it's on purpose,
It's not purpose.
but it seems like it.
Oh God! Sorry, man. I'm sorry about that. Sorry. I'm
It's
sorry.
fine.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What's going on? No.
You got something. It's on your ear.
It's great.
It's on your ear. There you go.
All right.
Okay, all right, you're good now.
So you guys realize you just got information from a god saying that something will happen, and you're trying to change it.
Yes.
It said specifically that it doesn't account on things like your stupid actions.
You're doing dumb shit. Yeah.
or casting spells.
Since when have I ever listened to the gods?
He doesn't know you.
Yeah, these guys do.
The gods obviously brought me back to life.
So here's the deal. I have the periaptic wound closure. I'm going to make a stink at the gates. They're going to cut me down. While they're doing that, you guys get in. I don't know what you want to do. Maybe you want to walk away.
I'm still trying to figure that out myself here.
Yeah, you might want to leave now. Plausible deniability is a good thing. We do this kind of stuff a lot.
This is the Delaran I like.
God damn it!
Should have thought about that before you told us she was going to die.
Yeah, he just,
The one thing was that we can't change all of the plans.
Right.
They're like, plans?
Just let her live.
I know what to do with
That's
plans.
fine.
Jesus Christ!
he's
Or-
like,
This is the exact wrong way for this to go down.
you realize that you guys just agreed that no matter what we got for an answer, we would go to the mines, and that we got an answer, and we're changing it.
No, I agreed that no matter what happened to her after the fact, I would go to the mines, because afterwards either she lived or she died, but I couldn't have changed the event at that point until after I found out. Now I have pre-knowledge. That changes things.
He likes to turn situations
it's
and twist them to his liking. He's been looking for a reason to go in.
I really haven't. This is the only thing that could have convinced me to go in.
Absolutely.
Everything else would have convinced me to stay out.
I agree. So we're doing this. This is great.
It might not be great, but we're going to do this. What's up, Merritt?
Yeah, the first time in my life, I'm sure God is real. And now we choose to change fate.
Unless you don't want to. You're free to not.
I don't believe that I'd be particularly suited to going in, but I could help make quite the ruckus at the gate.
Okay. So you're on your own in there. Can you do this?
It's probably easier for him to be shifting and whatnot inside on his own.
If we can win through, I'll continue to make a ruckus and try to win free to the square. Clyde is fast. Do you want to make your getaway?
Okay. I started breathing heavy. All right. Okay. What exactly am I going to do when I get in there?
Okay,
I
so
don't know, friend.
here's your first question. Do you know somebody that you know is currently not in the city that will be able to get in the city by simply them seeing them?
No.
I don't know. I mean, we can Jordan Dusk.
I could just take that necklace off.
Why?
He should bring it to your friend.
What friend?
It's
Okay.
attunement. He'd have to slip it to her and go undetected for an hour.
Uh-huh.
It'll cause her to stabilize. What if she doesn't use it? She thinks she has a chance.
So I'll tell her she doesn't.
I don't know if that would change her mind. We're
She doesn't.
stubborn and fatalistic that way.
I don't think she wants to die and go through this.
Maybe she does want to die.
And you're the one with the vision of...
I saw her. She in my vision. She doesn't want to go through this. She said, "Save me. I gotta save
I get
her."
like a weird faraway look for a second, like I'm obviously talking about not her. And I'm like, it's a hard thing to live with. Maybe she's tired. Maybe she wants to be done. Anyways,
Yeah.
we should probably get in there and save her.
Yeah. Maybe he's tired. Maybe he wants to be done.
Yeah, right.
Oh, wait.
I mean,
She.
yeah. No, yeah. So we should get in there.
You guys, the throng of people have now all dispersed from the carts. There's still some people meandering near the gates, and the guards, there's only 2 of them. They're starting to pick up the scraps of
There's
all
only
the
2 of them?
foods at this smaller gate. I mean, it's not very far away from the main gate.
How many guards are at the main gate? Can I see from here?
It's 100 feet away from the main gate, and there's 4 guards on each post of the gate, and the gate's 50 feet wide.
That's gonna suck.
At this gate, there's 2 of them picking up all the scraps of food that have been pulled off useless pieces of outer shells of vegetables, things like that, and they've been left on the ground. They're throwing them into the cart.
What you could do is I'll make a ruckus at the gate, and you can slide into the cart full of food, slide under it. And
It won't be
get in that
full
way.
of food, it's just scraps.
Is it enough for him to hide himself? No? No. Alright. Why don't you have a hidey cloak?
I do have a stealth cloak. It just gives me advantage on stealth checks.
Same as being invisible. Mechanically.
Oh, mechanically, yes. Logistically, no.
Get under the cart, hang on to the underneath. I don't know.
I'll try that. Yeah. Okay.
So I have an idea. You guys try to break into the gate, and I try to stop you from doing it. That way it doesn't put a negative impact on me that I don't have with the king.
Are you just gonna miss every shot, or are you actually gonna put holes in me?
No, I'm actually gonna be like more of a brawler, trying to pull you away. Not that strong. It's gonna cause a lot more ruckus if there's
You should just not be around, because I don't want to hurt you. And I'm gonna actually try to get in for real. Like, I'm gonna make a ruckus, but I'm gonna make it trying to get in. And they're probably gonna stop me. But that'll give him a chance to slide into town. King already hates me, it's fine.
Well, I mean, the king also tried to get me to stop you guys from doing what exactly you are doing right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just sent you away. Or beat you up in the woods.
Telling the same story twice does not suit me very well.
You can tell that they're more than halfway through picking up all the scraps.
Okay, so we're gonna have to do this now. Hey, wait a minute. There's 2 guards. Can either of you guys hide the way you look?
No.
Can you change your appearance?
I mean, cast minor illusion on my face. Like this?
That's probably not cutting it. It's like a static mask.
It's a mask, but he's still got these giant ass horns coming out of his head.
But because these 2 guards can be seen pretty easily from the other gate, can't they?
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, it's clear vision.
We couldn't jump and jank these guys.
They don't let the tents of the shanties be pressed up right against the gates. They don't let the structures be built right at the walls. So there's a clear line of sight from one end of the wall down to the other. And it's a long ways. Although the walls aren't straight, but from here, it's a clear line of
I
sight.
really wish Art were here. He could make us invisible. Just ride the cart to get back in town.
They're starting to pick up most of the last of the scraps and throwing them in the cart. There are some that are a little further out of the way that they're walking to get. They're not rolling the cart up to get them.
Okay, I'm gonna roll over the cart and make a ruckus. And you're gonna go underneath, right?
Okay, then once I get in, what am I doing?
I don't know. Rescue her. Do what your vision told you, goddammit.
Okie dokie.
I don't know. And I think you should go with him, Merritt, but whatever, it's up to you. He's gonna need help.
Lorenzo, why don't you come with me? Why don't I just meet you in there?
Well, I can't get in.
Sure you can. Just go into the cart.
Have you tried to sneak in armor? You're wearing armor. You know how difficult that is?
Okay.
Well, can't you just walk in? I thought you weren't exiled.
I'm not exiled, but they're not letting anyone in unless they have a specific reason.
I think they were messing with you.
I think the only reason I would have to go in is if you guys are found out, I go in to get you.
Whatever. I'm going up on the horse now. Good luck, guys.
Oh, God. Don't worry, the gods are with us.
I go to the gate.
Which gate?
Well, it's just one gate, right? Or is it two different gates?
So there's the main gate, which is 50 feet across from one end to the other.
Alex.
There's a smaller entrance where they cart in different loads of
Divine
food, so they don't
prophecies
have
and
to open
stuff.
the main gates.
Yep.
These gates are only 10 feet by 10 feet.
Small gate?
Yeah. It's like a portcullis gate, basically.
Okay. I'll go. Is it a small
That's
gate?
where the cart is out front of, and you're not very far away from there right
I
now.
go to the small gate.
I mean, it is closed at the moment, and the cart's sitting out front, and the guards have walked away from the cart to pick up the rest of the scraps. So you're going towards the guards or the cart? The cart's right at the gate.
The guards are away from the gate.
Yeah, they're 30 feet away on each side, picking up the scraps of food that have been thrown on the ground, trying to keep it clean in these fields.
I'll just ride up to the gate and knock on it.
So when you ride up to the gate, you can tell immediately that the guards that are walking away notice, and they'll turn around.
Yeah, I want them to come over to me.
At the cart?
Yep. Yeah. I just need them to be looking at me ahead of the cart so he can come in behind the cart and sneak in. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of.
So I'm thinking this is the cart.
Let me show you.
Yeah,
just
show me
so
what it
you
looks
have a
like.
better
So I have an idea what's going on.
Yeah, we're probably gonna need to.
God, do I have to set up another battle map?
I think so.
We're going in, dude.
So imagine the cart is 10 feet away from the entrance.
Okay.
There.
Right.
The guards are on either side of the cart, 30 feet on each side.
Mm-hmm.
And you are further back.
Yeah, I'm like.
So imagine that.
I ride up past the cart. Knock on the door.
Okay.
Because I want them to be looking at me, and I want to get them over here so he can sneak into the back of the cart while they're looking at me up here. You know what I mean? That's what I want. Hopefully.
Under the cart.
Yeah, you guys sneak into the cart.
All right.
So I'm hoping to draw some attention.
Well, you definitely drew their attention immediately.
Nice.
As you ride up to the gate, one of the guards turns around. Excuse me, you can't be there. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get into the city.
You need to go through the main gate.
Well, how come?
He walks up towards you. The other one kind of turns his head and goes back to whatever he was doing.
This guy walks up to me?
Yeah.
Okay. Why can't I get into this gate?
Well, he'll walk up to right here.
Oh, he does not walk up to me. Okay.
Not right up to you.
All right.
Have you gone to the main gate yet? You need to try there.
Oh, yeah, they turned me away.
Well, then you had your answer already. You
Why?
can't come through here. This isn't a port of entry.
I was hoping I could grease a couple hands and get in anyways.
It's like, I need to ask you to leave. The other guy turns back real quick while he's picking up stuff and goes back to picking up stuff.
Well, I aim to try to get in here. If you can help me, that's great. If you can't, then I apologize in advance for what I am going to have to do. I am trying to start a ruckus.
All your plans.
What?
You brought this on yourself. I just want you to know that.
Well, that's some Delaran level blame shifting.
He goes, are you threatening me?
No, sir, I'm apologizing.
It didn't sound like an apology.
Oh, that definitely was an apology.
Let me hear it.
Okay.
He
First,
walks up to you.
Yep.
At this point, the other guard is now more paying attention to what's going on. He's
Right,
kind
now
of
you gotta
stopped
do it
picking
now.
up stuff.
So, this is what I said. But let me slow it down for you.
You think this might be your best opportunity?
Right,
Okay.
This is the time.
Okay.
Garabal.
I walk over to the other guard.
He seems to be very attentive to what's going on at the gate.
Okay. So he's not looking at me?
How are you doing this? What are you going to say?
Say, excuse me, sir. Excuse me.
He's trying to like focus on
Yes.
both things at once.
I need you to holler for everyone to come flooding into the city as I cast suggestion.
Yes, I love it.
Everyone. It's a wisdom save.
This is great.
I apologize. I need we break the game again.
You want to take a break while you get your shit out? Yeah, okay.
Suggestion such a
It's so broken. It's a great spell.
Everyone! Everyone! He starts shouting. May I have your attention, please? And as he does that, this guy is now focusing on Delaron and his friend that's in the fields, hollering. I need everyone to come into the city now! Please, everyone! And he starts shouting. You see
If you
some
say so,
people
sir.
turning.
Yeah. I'm like, your friend just gave me the go-ahead.
He passes by you
He's like, whoa.
and goes up to his friend as Merritt's coming this way.
Okay, so we're at the portcullis now.
Wow,
I mean,
catch.
at the gate.
Is it closed?
Yeah, it's closed. I already
How-
said it's closed.
How heavy is it?
It's a gate.
I mean, is it like huge beams of wood, or is it like
Yeah, and it doesn't open from this side.
sweet?
So we all go line up with all the poor folk.
Yep.
So Merritt starts walking this way, and you see a few stragglers from the crowd. They look confused, but some of them start coming towards the guard. He's like, everyone, yeah, you, yeah, come on, everyone, let's go, into the gate.
So as the crowd is gathering,
Can't say, no matter
am
what,
I
should be getting
able
into
to
position.
like go through the crowd and just kind of sneak my way under?
Well, they're definitely making a distraction.
Yeah.
You're at the gate, and you see a small slit slide open, and you see a guard looking out.
Hey, we've been invited in.
He's like, what? And as he's doing that, the other guy's like, please, come on, everyone, you. How long does it last? A minute?
Up to 8 hours.
Yeah. He's gonna everybody in.
Until he does what you tell him to?
You suggest a course of activity and influence a creature you can see within range. Blah, 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 blah. Suggestion must be worded to make it reasonable.
I mean,
On a
that's-
failed save,
that's
it pursues a course of action you describe to the best of its ability.
He doesn't do anything that's gonna
The
hurt him.
suggested course of action can continue for the entire duration.
Yeah.
So for the next 8 hours, this guy's trying to get everyone in the city.
Until his guard buddy punches him out. He's broken.
So the slit that opened in the gate, how big is it?
It's like,
That big?
yeah.
Okay. And the guy looks out and he's talking to me.
He's like, who are you? What's going on out there?
This guy's inviting everybody in to watch the ordeal.
What?
Yeah. Listen to him. You might want to open the gate and straighten him out.
It's like, Jones!
When
What's
he's-
going on?
When he's at the slit and he's yelling out, can I see anybody else behind him?
It's not a good field of view.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see straight back into the city, and you can see down a street all the way down, but you can't see to the side.
Can I get my arm through the slit?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah.
All right. I grabbed the dude.
Alright. Roll.
So you fucked it all up.
Roll to grab.
Nope. I don't even get this a slit.
Just bang your hands off the door.
No, it's just a strike. Yeah, but I'm just like, ah.
What do you roll?
I roll 4 plus. Roll 10.
10 is not enough. You reach your hand in, he's like, hey, what are you doing? What's going on?
Hey.
Give me a deception check. He steps back a little.
Deception, I roll 19.
So you make a motion
Yeah, I'm
instead
like,
of
hey.
as you're trying to grab.
Yeah,
you
I'm like, hey,
turn it
hey,
into a motion.
I'm like, open the gate. They're going to start crushing us.
And
They're going to start pressing against us.
And the one he called Jones, he's like, yeah, even you and even you. Come on, one for all,
they're going to crush
everyone.
us if you don't open the gate. The press of people is going to be intense.
People now are starting to flood in towards the guard, and some of them are coming up towards the gate. You see another guard step out from the side of line of sight. He's like, what in tarnation is going on?
We're being invited to watch the ordeal.
You can give me a persuasion at disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage. Okay. You going to help me?
They're pretty far out.
Oh, they're not
Yeah.
that close. I thought you came up to the gate.
I mean, I'm working my way over there.
Okay,
I don't know
alright.
if I'm there yet.
Persuasion at disadvantage. Ugh. Nope, that's a 9. I fail. So I got my way in.
You know that.
He looks at him.
Stop
Like,
announcing.
he looks at the other guard next to him. He's like, I think something's wrong with Jonesy over there. What's going on? And Jonesy's still shouting, you, come on, everyone. And he's starting to walk up to the gate now with the people. Still shouting. Give me a stealth roll, Garabon.
Jonesy, they won't let us in.
Nice.
Advantage.
Yep. Just let me see. 20, right? And 20 it is.
Sweet.
20 it is. Well, they seem slightly distracted.
Way to be awesome, Sneaky.
You look and you see the one guy's like trying to pull Jonesy towards the gate before the throng of people get there. And he looks back, he's like, let us in now, please, let us in. You can see the gate crack slightly. And it opens like a door would.
Okay. So, the door opens. I'm already there. I drive my horse against the door and try to push my way in.
Okay.
I'm like, well, Clyde, time for you to live up to your name. And then I drive into the door. Bam! And try to force my way in.
So you slam up against the door. Give me a strength check. People are now walking towards the gate, and other people are walking towards the crack. They're like, let us in! Let us in! And people are now starting to shout, and there is a major ruckus going on in front
I'm
of
like,
the city.
I asked people, I'm like, help me, people! Try to push my way
You're going
in.
to try to
Get the crowd with
get the
me,
masses.
yeah.
Everybody push!
Everybody push!
I'll be in
Give me a
a
persuasion check.
Okay, persuasion. 17 plus 6, 23. I'm like,
See,
come on,
like,
everybody,
five
put your
guys
backs
step
into
out
it.
in front, boop, and they all push up against the gate, and Jones is like, yeah, that's what I mean, yeah, you do it, yeah, and he's giving them a cheer.
He's so
Wait,
gonna lose his
can I
job.
rewind? Because I just totally forgot why I did my stealth check.
We're going to go under the cart, but you
Oh,
can
we're
change
going
it to
in.
be going in.
Yeah, like,
You
well,
can try to disappear in the throng.
right. I was gonna say, like, I'd like to like slip through.
Yeah, so
something.
you
I'm gonna be
now
mixed in with the people
stealth
too.
through, and you're kind of making sure you're behind the people that are really drawing attention to themselves. Give me a strength check.
Do I get advantage because I have all the people with me?
Yes. I was not sure how to roll that. You know what? We're
There's-
gonna both
there's tons
roll
of us.
with advantage.
All right. 20. So
Well, you still win. You feel the gate. It slightly moves. It goes in about a foot, but that 1 foot from this much space to get a body in is now this much space, and people are starting to shout. They're like, "Let us in!" And then you hear some different shouts like, "We're hungry!" And then, "We're starving!" And Jonesy's like, "Exactly! Come on!" The throng of people. Roll again.
I get up to the...
Roll again.
When I get up
You
there, let me know.
see
'Cause I'm gonna
through
push
the
too.
crack and
Or
through
try
the
to push.
slit, you can see both angles. There are some guards starting to respawn, but it's slow.
Okay, we get one more good push and then we're in. Ready?
Am I there yet?
Yeah, you're up there with Jonesy
Okay.
now. The whole throng of people is moving
Push
in.
also.
There's a
And
bunch
now
of us.
instead of just 5 guys, you see another wave of men and even a few women get in there to give a good
Yep, I hop on the
shoulder
horse
check to the gate.
and I pull you up. When the door opens, we're going.
No. I thought we were pushing the door.
Yeah, we're pushing the door too. I mean, my horse is putting his shoulder into it.
Go ahead. I'm gonna give you triple advantage. I've never done that.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, there's a shitload of people on my side.
Should I be rolling it instead?
Uh,
Did you manage to keep that cocked?
Yeah, it's still that's kind of wild. Okay, so 16 plus 7 is 23.
He gives another good push, and you see the horse rear back on its hind legs and come down with its front hooves against the gate. And you see where it hits the gate, these smoldering hoof prints, like, impress themselves into the wood. Just
Yeah,
ever so
Clyde.
slightly, like wood burning, basically. And the gate shudders. And you see it start to slowly glide, and you now have a great view of all the guards there. There's like 5 guards against the gate with their shoulders trying to push it back in, being pushed backwards on their feet, slowly. And the throng of people start flooding into the city like a zombie
Yes.
invasion.
Do it, people. Zombie invasion. You're hungry. Eat.
And during
Brain.
during this, I'd like to get the hat. I just kind of
Yep.
and I
Here's
turn
your-
into a guard.
Okay. You've seen the guards and you know their colors and their garb. You now, behind this throng of people, turn into a river guard. And you have a great white cloak and steel armor with blue trim around the pauldrons and around the cuffs of the gloves, the greaves. And you walk in. Less stealth and more,
A different kind of
well,
stuff.
different kind
Yeah,
of stealth.
right.
Espionage.
Okay, so we're letting in the whole crowd.
The entire crowd rushes in.
Yeah.
And
Can I have my
people are
inspiration now,
shouting,
or do I have to wait till next
screaming.
week?
No, this is great.
Come
on, you
I
gotta
can't
give
give
it
you
to
inspiration for every spell you cast.
But this was awesome.
That was really, really super awesome.
He says it's awesome. What do you say, Alex?
I'd give it to him.
All right, have a damn inspiration.
All right, so you're
Did
ready to
you
go
already
in?
have one? Or was that Alex? That was
I don't think that was me.
Are you ready to go
I
in?
use mine real fast. I'm gonna use it real.
What's Lorenzo doing?
I'm mixed in with the group of people just walking.
You're like, I have to
Rushing
stop
in
you.
with the throng
I
of
guess I'm
people.
not stopping you. I don't know.
I
the
can't
guards are
stop
like,
this.
stop, stop, and you see people start bolting left, right, down the street. You see a few guys like knock over one of the guards as they run through. Clyde rushes through.
Yeah.
You are the most obvious,
I am.
biggest attraction.
Because I have a fiend horse.
And you have a giant.
And your horse is
tiefling on
now
the back.
doing this. Against the gate.
Yeah.
Let's see if anyone recognizes it. Delaron.
I mean, it's not hard.
So one of them's like, stop him! Stop! And the guards will start to rush you.
How many guards are there?
Well, they're having trouble getting through the people. But there are 2 on your side, but let's call it 1 because Jonesy's like, that's what I'm talking about! And he's like helping
busy.
people in the city.
He's pushing on the door with us. Okay, so there's 1 on my side. And how many on the other side?
You saw 5, but there's still some that you have seen running towards you. In fact, there are some now starting to run from the main gate, but it's pretty far away. It's like 100 feet away from you.
All right. So the guy on my side, is he trying to fight me yet?
He's preoccupied with all the people and with Jonesy. He's like, Jonesy, man! He's grabbing him by the shoulders and pulling him off the gate. He's like, come on, what are you doing? What's going on?
My boy Jonesy.
All right, so I look at you and I'm like, okay, so are you going to go in or are you going to stay out here? I'm thinking about staying out here and just fighting.
We're not here to fight.
Oh,
I
that's
thought we were
right.
saving your friend.
You're saving my friend. All right, well, I hop on Clyde, pull him up, and we go in the open door.
So you dash through the door on Clyde?
Yeah. Like, come on, Clyde,
Give
be
me an
fast.
intelligence check.
Don't die. All right. All right. I'm not very smart, but nope. I got a 3.
That's really not smart.
We do it. Like, this is obviously what we need to do.
You dash through on Clyde.
Mm-hmm.
There is now Delaron Cooper breaking through the city into the city.
I'm
And
on the back of the horse too.
Merritt on the back of the horse who just jumps on. Let's go!
No, he pulled me up.
Yeah.
And
I feel bad about this, but
people start rushing in. Garavon disappears into the throng. Where do you go? You can get past the guards.
Where do I go? I head towards Noble's District.
You start dashing through the streets. The streets have been
What time is
mostly
it?
cleared of all
like
the
10.
snow on the
It's like 10 in the
ground.
morning.
And your horse leaves prints and everywhere it goes as it's dashing through.
Oh.
You're going to have to part company, Clyde. You're going to have to throw him off, buddy.
Good call.
Yeah. We need to hole up until this thing goes down and either charge the square then, or we need to get into the castle and into the dungeon, which will be harder unless we are escorted there by force. I don't know. What do you think?
What?
Yeah, shouting more than talking. You probably got half those words out on the back or on the front of the horse.
Once we get farther along, we can stop running. Once we outpace the guards.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to-
quite yet.
Have I seen him or?
You see them dashing down the street.
We're obviously obvious.
Yeah.
So I kind of start walking towards where they're headed, I suppose.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thought we
You see a
spring her
few
now.
other guards doing the half run at this point because they know there's no way they're catching up to a horse.
You say we Springer now?
They're gonna have 4 hours to prep for our obvious getting her out of this ordeal.
So we have to fight our way into the castle.
I feel like it's harder in 4 hours, and I feel like we have to try to not to do as little damage to people as possible.
Fair enough.
Trading the math is not something that would benefit slaughtering multiple people to kill one person.
I'm not trying to kill anybody.
I'm saying keep the sword in where it belongs.
If I use, I just use the flat of the blade. I won't wound anybody or try to kill anybody. AKA, I can do not lethal damage with the sword until.
Well, on your final blow.
Yeah.
Gotta cut them down first, and then non-lethal blow.
I won't kill anybody.
Rephrase that.
Yeah, I won't kill anybody.
Lorenzo, what are you doing?
I am attempting.
This group that you've just become acquainted
We
with,
ditched you, man. Magic items for you. Peace.
who were
We ran off.
waiting for Darnell to come back, give him word, and then just nope, we're not doing that. Like I told you, if you guys change the plans the next 2 hours, we're not going to do that.
That's before he was like, "Is she gonna die?" And
Yeah, dude.
And it was like,
God
yes.
talked to us again.
And you've been told
You understand that you are
Explicitly.
God. You could do whatever you want.
you do whatever you want.
Exactly.
So we are the gods.
But you explicitly know that you're supposed to stop them from this.
I am.
Your job is to stop us.
I am following them into the city.
Okay.
And if any guards try to stop me, I'll be like, the king tried to get me to stop him from getting in the city. I need to go.
I'm going to give you the option to play Jay.
I guess we'll find out when it gets there.
All right. When we get there, I'll let you know. You start sprinting.
Yeah. So,
Might actually have some player versus player if it goes certain ways. Yeah.
Jay would smoke me.
You are now a few hundred paces away. You see the guards chasing after you.
Mm-hmm.
You lost Garabon in the mix. He's gone.
It's okay. He's the plan B, I think.
And you see Lorenzo kind of just wading through the crowd with them. But the guards are very occupied trying to catch stragglers and people that are just bolting into the city. And the gate is now being thronged by people in mass. And it is still being pushed open, even though you guys have already gotten in. There's now a crowd of people that's almost insurmountable for the guards. And people start spilling into the city. What do you do?
We head towards the castle.
On horseback?
Are we gonna just storm the gates and try to be faster than the news of us getting in, or we want to be sneaky?
To be honest, I didn't think that far ahead. I think we should. We don't have a reliable way out, so sneaking, I think, is going to have to be a big deal. We can't just storm our way in and teleport out, for example.
I am not sneaky.
Well, then why did you offer it as an option?
Because you can be sneaky. Right?
Yeah.
I can still just cause a ruckus.
You're still
Do more
kinda
ruckus?
shouting. And
Okay.
Yeah, I can
You cause a
ride.
ruckus. I'll go see if I can spring her.
Okay, I slow down. I'm just going to pull guards to me.
Okay. Yeah. And then I
slow
say,
down
sweet,
enough for you
and
to
I
hop
jump off.
Yeah. Yep.
And I book it down an alleyway
Right.
and hope I can find my way to the palace from there.
And I will wait for some guards to show up. Rear my horse in the street. Click,
So
click.
how far have you gotten before you let Merritt off? You
Uh,
have to go through the Commons District when you get into the city.
Okay.
Once you get past there, you have to cross the bridge into the Nobles District. Once you get through the Nobles District, you have to actually go through the gates into the Royal District. The gates are generally open, but not open to the public. However, well, you've seen them open to the public during events, and you know there is an event today, so it's possible they're open to the public at
Right.
this moment. You're not
Okay.
entirely sure.
All right.
And then the Royal District, you have to cross through there to get to the castle.
I'll get to the bridge,
Okay.
and I'll say, I'm going to drop you off here, right? I figure that's about as far as we have, probably.
Sure.
Don't get super far.
So you drop them off on the most obvious spot in the city, the giant bridge.
I mean, is there...
Or I guess, you know what?
Get to a neighborhood where there's alleyways and stuff.
Okay. So I cross the bridge.
Yep.
Into the Nobles District.
Mhm.
There are places that he can
Hop off and
run through that aren't on the main
Kind of
street.
duck out of some areas.
Doop, doop.
And you drop him off. Well, what do you do?
I go make a ruckus.
Where?
Are there guards still kind of coming after me?
I mean, you outpace them by quite a bit.
Can I go back and find them?
Sure, you go back and find them.
I do. I go back and find them.
Okay. Garabon, as you're now making your way towards the bridge, you see Delaron storming back. There's a few guards that are ahead of you that are chasing him. There's 3. And he's
I
headed
just split the party 4
right
ways.
into them.
Okay.
4 ways.
Never before has the party been split so
This is great.
horribly as we have done today.
Epic.
You don't even know what you're doing.
No. We were going to go save the
Well,
town in the
mission from
mines.
God.
And then we decided to not.
You don't know what you're doing, so I definitely don't know what you're doing.
We're on a mission from God.
Right. Half bag cigarettes, full tank of gas, on a mission from God.
Straight up Blues Brothers style.
Mm-hmm.
Crashing horses.
That's right.
Before we get
horse and
to
on horse and a
each
horse.
person's separate story, and maybe an extra if you play Jay, we did get one follower. Rainbows for breakfast. Thank you for following us.
Yeah, nice.
Welcome
dude.
aboard.
Great.
To the breakfast club.
Rainbows for breakfast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, take a moment. Breathe,
Yeah.
stretch, focus,
I'm going to go get some coffee.
determine
You
what
guys talk about what you're doing by yourself.
Okay, so I'm going
hook me
to
up too so I have energy for this.
I'm going to piss off as many guards as I possibly can and try to take down as many as possible before they fell me.
I think I'll probably just start. I'm not going to pay any mind. I know you're going to do you.
Right.
I'm not going to be worried about it. So I'm just going to go straight to the dungeon area, I suppose, where she was, and try to figure something out from there.
Mm-hmm. See what you can do. I'm gonna do something similar, I think. Just vaguely head in that direction. See if we get really lucky.
What are you going to do?
Or we all have to watch her die up close now.
I won't be there unless they haul me there.
That's kind of what I mean. I have a feeling we all end up in the dungeon.
God damn it.
You know, I'm starting to think Art was the smart one.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
can't
this is going
say
forward.
smart without art.
That was good. Yeah, I think we might all die.
Yeah.
Too bad the paragraph to wound closure doesn't keep me from exhaustion levels from drowning, or I just jump in the river after they started hacking me down. But I guess it's time to find out how awesome we are compared to regular people.
I think Ryan's just crying outside.
Maybe he's upset about it.
I thought he was just going to call it.
He could have said all kinds of things instead of just like, "Oh, she's gonna die." That was obviously horrible.
Is this another Deller and Cooper shift blame?
I mean, a little bit, but also like, out of all the things that Ramiel could have said, that was the one thing that would convince me to go back into the town. He could have said something like, "Hey, you don't have to be worried about it," or, you know, she has a reward coming to her now that she passes away and is seeking absolution, or any of those things. He was like, "We're here to judge the shit out of her. She's gonna die." That was horrible. Even if I found out that she was dead after the fact, I would have been more okay with it. Like,
Well,
Cooper wouldn't have freaked out if she was already dead,
Here's the thing.
but she's gonna die.
I think the way he worded it was, I'm here to shepherd her.
To the Crystal City where she will be judged.
Yes.
Right.
But the judgment didn't say if she was going to pass judgment or not.
To be fair, merit only relayed that your friend is not going to survive.
Oh, that's true. Even then, the knowledge that I might be able to change that would bother Cooper more than the knowledge that she's dead.
Dude's evil. He doesn't need any justification, right? He just justifies
He always likes
everything.
it. He always likes having it.
Yeah.
So have you guys come up with characters to
I'm not,
be
trying to,
around
I'm not
Art?
trying to justify the evil thing.
No.
I'm trying to fix my lawful side. Some lawful evil. So usually, if I said I'm going to do a thing, I almost always do it. This is the one of the caveats that's hard for my character to probably deal with.
Or you justify it.
Like I am.
It's great.
I mean, until they catch us.
I really think Ryan's crying right now.
I just heard something fall down out there. Maybe he's like...
Just
Trashing his computer. This is
Fucking
stupid.
Did you just unplug us?
Yeah, right.
All right. Yeah, I suppose we just need to.
Do you wipe your tears?
I'll wipe some.
You look at your coffee.
What's in here?
You didn't see me asking for a refill.
I quit smoking, but I kind of want to pick it up again. Love you guys.
Yeah, man.
Let's start with Merritt. Jump into an alleyway. You're in the Nobles District. You believe that there's enough distraction going on that no one saw you. Where do you go?
I'm going to take side streets. I can obviously see where the Royal District is.
The Royal District is a gated district. The gates stand 10 feet high, They are a thick stone wall, except at the very top there is wrought iron that comes out of the top, and it looks like jail bars that just end in a spike. You know that usually it is guarded.
Mm-hmm.
And as you get through the Nobles District and get closer to the gated area, the gates, not the gated area, where you can get through, give me a perception check.
20.
Well, it's not bad. They have been letting people through. As far as you can tell. It looks like there is coming and going of people that aren't of royalty. People that aren't nobles. A lot of the commoners are coming through. But it looks like the guards are now starting to direct people. It's hard to make out what they're saying, but you can see they're starting to usher people this way and that, generally out of the area.
So now people are leaving the Royal District?
So they're obviously they don't have everyone if everyone came through. It looks like this is a recent event that is probably because of what's going on. The throng of people entering the city.
I'm going to walk toward the gate. And I'm going to compose myself. Dress yourself off. Flip the prettiest part of my robe out. Put that symbol of Palor on the outside rather than on the inside. And walk with purpose.
You're going to act as if you belong.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you walk up to the gates, you can hear the guards like, "We need to ask everyone to leave, please." And some people are listening and some are waving them off. And there's only a few here, a few guards for all the people that are trafficking through. But there are people that are listening and moving off. When you get closer, give me a deception check.
Inspiration.
Oh,
Super sad. All right, so that's a
bummer.
5.
it's a bad
That's
roll.
a 9.
A 9.
We don't know who we're dealing with, though. It might be
It'll
dummies.
Do you want to play Jay?
Sure. I don't think Lorenzo's going to be able to catch up to him, really.
I think Lorenzo's out for the moment. You got to back up to your backup character?
Not yet.
God.
We'll see if we come to that.
Just gotta ride the storm with whichever one you pick.
Ride the snake.
You see Merritt walking towards the Nobles, or the Royal District through the Nobles District. He looks like he is purposely trying to belong. And he's not doing that good a job at it. He is Merritt after all. Very recognizable.
Do I know if Jordan is in the city still? Or
Jordan's
is
still
that-
out
Okay.
on his solo mission, as far as you know.
Oh, sorry, I don't know. Do it, be Jordan now if you want.
I don't see anyone else around Merritt, just Merritt.
I mean, there's some people, but no, like, nobles. In fact, he's in line with a few different commoners. Not in a direct line, but there's just some other commoners.
The main
that
two
walk
I'm
this
looking
way.
for would be these two. I
You don't
see
see
them.
them.
Okay. I'm going to continue on and look specifically for them.
So you're going to just let them by?
Mm-hmm.
Merritt, you make it through to the Royals District. You walk back this way, Jay. We're going to switch over now. I'm just going to go counterclockwise until we get there.
Sure.
And you can hear a ruckus going on. It's loud and people are shouting, and you hear the sounds of a horse. can't see who they are from here, but they're definitely making noise.
It sounds like that's where I would be headed. So
to bring the
going
ruckus.
there.
Caravan, at this point, you see they're about to clash. Horse to guard. There's 3 of them that are trying to stop him. What do you do?
I'm gonna bring it on.
I am going to.
They're 100 paces ahead of you.
I'm going to let it happen.
Okay.
And continuing on.
Delaron.
Yep.
You're now charging 3 guards.
Sure.
One of them stands in your path and he draws his sword and he looks ready to swing, and the other 2 are trying to flank and they also don't want to be in the direct path.
Right.
What do you do?
Golf swing the guy in front of me.
So you're gonna sidestep him with the horse
Waff! Yeah.
and do a ride by, and then keep going, turn around, stop.
I'll stop.
Okay, so you're gonna have a melee here.
Yep, we're doing it here.
You don't have any horse feats, correct? Like mounted
Nope.
combats or
No.
anything? Okay, so you'll just be doing normal attacks.
Yeah.
And they'll choose to stab you or the horse.
Yeah.
As you're gonna do the ride by, he's holding his action.
Till I get there. I understand.
So as you ride by, he goes to swing on the horse.
Yep. First, I'm gonna shield bash him down.
Well, he's
But
gonna
I get
react.
you. He's gonna react. Yeah, that's fine. I know how this is gonna play out. It's gonna hurt.
What's your horse's AC?
Oh, he takes out Clyde. Oh, Clyde.
I just said he's gonna swing on the horse.
Does that surprise you?
While you're thinking of
You
that,
named him that, you ass. It's your fault.
Merritt,
Clyde 4. Me.
you're walking through the Nobles District, Royal District, passing by the Temple of
Oh, his
Palor.
AC's an 11.
You're passing by the square.
That's a
bad.
bummer. Yeah.
There are people that are starting to gather at the square. A lot of them are at the bridge and the river that's a few hundred feet away from this area. And you know, this is the area where they will eventually bring Olivia.
Mhm.
And it's not very far from the castle. There's one more checkpoint you'd have to go through to get to the castle.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could go over a gate into the castle area, or you could go through the main gate of the castle area.
This is like I belong. So I'm going through the gate. I'm trying to climb any walls at this point.
Yeah, that's
It's
not
like
good
giant
for you.
red tiefling.
You get to the main gate, and it looks like, for the most part, it's clear. There's one guard there. And no one is trafficking in or out from this area for the moment.
So as I approach, I'll actually make eye contact with the guard.
So give me a perception check.
11.
11. You're not sure at first, and you get a little closer. You're still not sure, and you get a little closer, and you don't recognize them. It's not someone you've met before.
Okay. Does he, as I'm getting closer, is he like stepping in the way, anything like that, or is he
When you get
doing
up to the gated area, which the gates are
Permanent
open,
pass.
he'll stop you. Excuse me.
Good sir, would you be so kind as to direct me or escort me to the dungeons?
The dungeons?
The young lady who is to face the ordeal today. She is a former paladin of Palor. I have been sent to provide her with the clergy's rights.
Give me a deception check.
Come on! I'm so bad at lying!
And you don't
So
have
bad.
inspiration.
That's a 2.
It's a 2, it doesn't matter.
Bummer.
I've done.
That's a bummer. He's like,
Can you see that?
is it at 20? He
It's
rolled
not a nat 20.
What? Really?
God is with us!
You got a 1?
Thank you, Paylor!
Light's blessing.
You rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
That's great, man.
Please.
That's now the story killer. Player killer, story killer.
Let me escort you. So he walks you into the castle himself. He passes by another guard who you haven't met, at least that you don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, please, watch the front gates for me. I need to take this priest down to the prisoner. And he just gives him a nod and walks over to the gate. And he walks you into the castle, to the dungeons. As you get close, you see Jesse on post.
Oh. He knows you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he obviously knows me. I'm now walking with this guy.
And as the guy is walking you toward the dungeon, Jesse will step in front. Jay, you cross the bridge, and you see this horseman about to plow in to 3 people. He's within a couple hundred feet. And there is a brawl about to take place.
The horse is the
Oh, yes,
Clyde?
it's Delaron and Clyde. And you see a small cinder from the snout of the horse as it's about to pass by the first guard that's about to swing.
How far away am I?
A couple hundred feet.
Okay, well, first thing I need to do is get closer. So,
Okay, so you run into combat.
Mhm.
Garavon. Actually, I'm going to do a quick skip to Delaron. He rolled a 21. Is your horse's
my
AC
goodness.
better than that?
No.
All right.
Good boy, Clyde. See you next time. How many hit points does Clyde have?
You should have known that.
I know, I should know. Say it right now. 19 hit points.
Okay. Clyde takes a slice across the throat and across the body, but is still standing at 9 hit points left.
Okay.
His sword swipes across the entire thing.
Okay.
Now it's your turn, and the other 2 guards are pressing in, but it's your turn.
I will hop off Clyde, slap him on the ass to get him out of combat, and then I'm gonna...
Can't you just dismiss him?
If I don't want to do that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if that's bad.
Well, if I dismiss him, it takes me a minute to get him back.
Oh.
If I can get him to ride off, I can have him ride through if I have to get the fuck out.
Where do you tell him to go?
I tell him to go hide in an alleyway. I tell him just to get the fuck out of the way over there somewhere.
He responds telepathically.
Go over there.
However a horse does. Okay, sir, okay.
I don't know. I have no idea what he's like. That's you. He has
It's
to
a
listen
horse.
to me, but he's a horse. He's like Mr. Ed. He's a smart horse. Except there's no carrot in his ass.
Well,
hopefully. No, run. Yeah.
James Baxter.
So I hop off,
Oh.
and I salute the 3 soldiers, and I tell them I'm sorry for what I am about to do. And then I whap. I just start laying into
You
them.
apologize before you hit
I do. Yeah, I feel bad.
You see this happening.
Like, I'm sorry
Roll
for
it.
what I'm about to do. I promise that I won't kill any of you. Slurp.
Roll it.
First, I push the dude down my shield. Bam.
The guy that sliced up
Yeah, my horse.
your horse.
Fucked up my bride, dude.
Roll it.
I push him down for an 18.
You slam him to the ground so hard his whole body shudders and he lands on his hands and his ass backwards. He still has his sword barely in his hand. You can see when he hits the stone and pushes the snow out of the way, he scrapes up his wrists and palms.
Sorry, bro. Okay, so I hit him with the 16.
That is a hit.
Plus enough.
Oh, natural 16?
Yeah.
That is a super hit.
Plus 8, so 24. Smack. Yeah, D8 plus 7. So for 11 damage.
Alright, he's still, he's still not unconscious.
I'll hit him again. 16 plus 8 is 24.
It is a hit.
Oh, for 8 more.
And he goes down.
Okay,
What do
so
you
like
do
slam,
when
slam.
you
I just punch him in the head with the
hilt of
hilt.
the sword.
Yeah, I don't want to kill him.
Ding!
I'm just like,
When you do,
bam.
it knocks him so hard he whap onto the stone.
And then I move into one of the other two.
And they move into you.
Sweet. Are we on the bridge yet?
You're just past the bridge.
Close to the water?
Not right next to it.
Okay.
Although that would be cool, that's not where you are.
I want to get over there.
So you're going to start moving your way over towards the bridge in the fight, in the melee.
Yeah.
The first one swings and misses you. And the second one swings and misses you. And you can tell these guards aren't meant to hold off heroes or villains. They are...
Sorry, guys.
They're sad.
Okay.
They'll care about them. You are now almost to the melee.
I'm walking right past it.
He looks like a guard to me.
Yep. So you continue.
He's just
past.
like uninterested in this brawl.
Right, and
I'm
Are
the
you
worst
walking
guard in the
or are you
world.
jogging.
No,
Are you walking
I'm
on
just,
purpose?
Yeah, I'm just my back straight up, stiff, and I'll. God damn it! Maybe I'll just kind of go to Delaron.
Like, I have no idea what's happening. What is wrong with this
Just
guy?
casually walking
Killing
by.
his friends. Like, not killing literally, but I'm beating the crap out of his buddies. All right. I have no idea what's going on.
Give me an insight check, Jay.
That guard is broken.
Something wrong with
There's
that
a lot
guy.
of broken guards today.
Let's see. Insight is wisdom. It's a 10.
10? I mean, it seems odd, but you're pretty focused on Delaron. And you get within 120 feet of them. But it does take your full movement.
Okay. I want to be 90 feet.
So the next action, you'll be within 90 feet.
Okay.
Oh, Dad.
I will telepathically tell him leave now or you may not get to.
Tell who?
You.
Oh, that's 90 feet? Okay.
Oh.
No, not yet.
I think that's actually larger feet. I was looking at a spell.
The
for 90
warlock
feet.
ability?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's 90.
It's probably more. It's the warlock
I know.
power.
I had it. I know.
Okay. Well, you look that up. We're going to
Yep.
switch back since I get to switch between 4 different parties. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Barrett.
Oh. Okay.
Jesse steps him away
Mm-hmm.
and towards you.
I
He
say,
tells the guard, he's like, "You are dismissed." And the guard looks at him, stops, and turns around.
Delaron Cooper is coming for Octavia.
Olivia.
Yeah.
Olivia. I don't, yeah.
You know it.
Yeah, in-game, I know. Delaron Cooper is coming for Olivia. We need to get her away from where he expects her to be.
Go ahead and roll your deception.
Come on! Fourth time's the
come
charm! Oh, it's 11!
You should never lie.
I'm so bad at lying.
It's kind of the truth, though.
Yeah, I was like, that's
very
barely a lie.
Yeah.
It's 30.
It's obviously hiding my intentions, though. What's he doing?
He's like, "Merrick, you know you're not supposed to be back here. And you know that's not the truth. What is going on?"
I need your help. I need you to disguise her and escort us out of the city. And I subtly cast suggestion.
Yes!
Game breaker.
That's the last of my chances for it, so here's hoping it works.
Please pay lower.
Please pay.
16.
16, huh?
Yeah. Roll low, buddy.
Alright. Here it is for all the gods to see.
Oh, what is that stylus betrayed?
Is it 18?
That looks like more than 16. At least I cast it subtle, so he doesn't
He
know
doesn't
what
know
I
he's
just
trying to
did.
mind rape him, yeah.
Yeah.
He steps forward and pulls his bow. He says, I am to escort you to the king immediately. Come with me.
I do the quick math of nobody else as a guard between here and Olivia, and I say, that actually sounds perfect. And then I walk away, and I pull the one guard you care about away from Olivia.
Yep.
So,
It's 30 feet, by the way, for Waken Mind, so
Yep, it's 30. You have to get 30
I'm not
feet
going
away.
to be able to do that before I do any other action.
You can yell at me.
go ahead.
90 feet?
90 feet.
I will cast Hex on him.
Ooh.
You now have disadvantage for strength ability checks.
Okay.
And I'll yell at the guards to grab him.
Okay.
Dang, so well, he's gonna get you into the dungeon at least.
Yep, that's how that works.
This is grab him. And you
Grab
hear it.
I get
and-
the Saber's Hex, correct? No?
Nope.
Hex is just hex.
Oh, that's right. Hex is just Hex.
Lasts for an hour.
That's a great spell. I no longer resist well.
Means you
Let's
can't
get
bash.
to you first.
I still can, just not well.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
So
You
I'm
first.
like, ooh.
Because that was your action, your movement. Did you want to do
That was my bonus action.
Oh, did you want an action? You could dash.
I'll hold Eldritch Blast if I see him attack another guard.
No,
I'll
go off
shoot off.
quick.
Yep. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna happen.
I mean, just do it. He goes to shield bash, I'm assuming, the next
Yeah,
guard.
Right.
Go ahead with
So,
Eldritch
like,
Blast.
Hex, and I'm
Okay,
just like,
then.
scoot.
I know this game.
Yeah.
It's a 19 to hit
Nope. What the hell is that?
and a 27 to hit.
Yeah. So I'm like, what the scrap?
You look over and you see Jay as this Eldritch Blast out of nowhere.
Ugh.
For 10 damage.
Okay. That's a bummer.
And go ahead and shield bash.
Sure. I'll try to push the guy close to. Because there's one guy I'm on, right?
Yeah.
I'll try to push him away.
Oh, sorry.
16 plus 7, 23.
Another 4 damage.
Oof.
I forgot
23
Hex.
damage.
With disadvantage?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I push him 10 feet away from me.
I actually read the rules. It's 5. Pushing is 5.
5
Shoving.
feet away?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
At least when you're grappling them. Is there a different shove action? When you're grappling someone and you shove them, it's 5 feet.
It doesn't matter. I don't care.
I just trying
need
to push them
be-
towards the water.
No, I just need him to not be next to me.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to charge Jay.
He is 90 feet away. You make it 60 feet.
Yep.
He starts charging you. The other guard was on you.
Oh, I thought you said the one guard was on me.
ass.
Okay. It doesn't matter.
One of them was on his ass. So he
Alright.
gets up and they'll start chasing you.
That's cool. I'm
Garabon,
like, Jay, I don't want to do this.
you're now
man."
past all of them, but you're still following behind Delron, who's now about to get into a confrontation with your old friend Jay, the guy that helped you guys kill Trollgod.
Just Eldritch Blast in my face.
I'm gonna just keep on walking past the scuffle towards Jay.
Alrighty.
Just walking on by. Well, I'm not gonna have you roll. You're pretty intensely focused, so you walk on by.
Alright, man.
Merritt. Jesse grabs you by the shoulder, not hard, but firm. And he grabs onto some of your clothing, your robes. Yeah, your robes, because you don't have leather armor yet.
Not yet.
And he starts walking you down the hall.
I
He says,
comply, but I'm walking a little bit slow. Just a touch slow.
I don't know what's going on. but I don't know why you were doing this.
You can believe what you want, but the truth about Delaran Cooper being on his way to remove Olivia from that dungeon is true.
And what is your part in this? What is going on? Just tell me the truth.
Right now, I was hoping to get her out of there without any bloodshed. Either
You know
Delaran's or the other guards.
You know that the king said that's not to happen.
Correct. Your king is not the only authority I answer to.
Well, he's my authority here in this city.
I understand that.
So you guys continue walking down the hallway. I'm truly sorry it had to come to this.
That was more distracting than walking.
Yeah, that was creepy and weird.
That's funny. The cameras aren't pointed that way.
Yeah, we don't see the door.
Artigan.
Jay?
Jay.
Or Lorenzo?
Jay, Lorenzo, Artigan. Who are you today? Jay.
I will use Dissonant Whispers.
Oh, shit.
I don't even know what that does, but it sounds awesome.
Make a Wisdom save.
Hurts me and I run. I run the other direction.
Oh, that'll be fun.
I'll run right past the guards. They're gonna get attacks on me. Wisdom save. Oof, oof. What's your DC again? 16? I think it is.
Yeah, probably.
Stats of 5.
Yeah.
Yep. 6, 7, 8. Yeah. I mean, I made you.
Yeah.
I made you.
I fail. I'm gonna use inspiration. Oh shit! All right, that's bad.
You don't have to take the one.
Feel inspired.
I still fail horribly.
So what happens?
So it takes
3d8.
3d6 psych.
Oh, it's 3d6.
Wait, no, yeah, you're right. It's
3d8.
every
plus a
slot
D6.
above.
This is amazing.
It's brutal, and I run.
This makes me so happy.
This campaign fell apart so hard today.
See, it was 3d6, but it's cast at a higher level.
Oh, is it 3d6? Oh, what level are you casting as?
Well, warlocks only get one level.
Right, but what level is your spell slot?
Well, it would be 3 because it's the same as other.
So it's a 5d6 plus a d6 is a 6d6.
66.
Jesus, it's like a fireball.
9, 18,
28.
28. Plus you move your speed.
I run the other way.
Yep.
Get warlocked.
Yep.
Yeah.
I knew that I couldn't take you though.
Okay. So it's like swat, what? And I'm like, ah! My ears bleed. And I'm like, ah! Just turn and run back past the guards who get their swings on me at this point.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that's shitty.
Sorry.
That's okay. I might have to go in the water early. Are we on the bridge yet?
No. You're
Oh.
close.
No, we're not on the bridge. Okay.
For the guards. You're
Cool.
running right past them.
Clyde!
What do? You just have to run, right?
I just have to run. I mean, I can act. I have to move my
They
speed
both
away.
hit you.
They both hit me?
They both hit you as you run
Oh,
by.
Hit double clothesline.
I'm done for then.
like-
Just hold their swords out. I'm like,
World
You
Wrestling
see,
Federation.
when you look back, Jay casts a spell and makes some weird hand moves and incantations. Delaran turns around and starts screaming like, "Ah!" Swing, swing! As he goes by and he collapses to the ground.
I'll roll the damage. Who knows? Maybe they'll roll ones or something.
Sure.
Probably not.
$18.
Okay, yeah, so it's like, and then I fall down. Thank you,
Collapses to the ground.
Closure. Such a good idea.
So now it's my turn, and I
You're
see,
just strolling past.
and I saw that. And where am I in relationship to Jay?
You're lateral from him. You're not past him, you're not ahead of him, and he's very focused on Delaran.
I keep walking.
Well, I guess I earned that.
Oh.
Wow!
This is for punching me in the face 3 times.
There's something bigger going on.
It's true.
Yeah, you gotta save her and protect me.
Fuck Dell.
So you guys are nearing the king's chambers.
Yeah, we're walking way faster than they are, huh?
Pretty much. I mean, it's a castle. They're walking a lot of distance. And he is silent while you're walking.
It's just my hooves on the cobblestone.
Clickety clackety clippity clop.
Sorry, dude.
No, it's cool. It's alright.
We knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, this is the way it had to go down.
I'll disagree with that point. But
You get to the king's chambers. And he just looks at you and he shakes his head. And then takes a few seconds and eventually the door creaks open and the king is... Well, it doesn't creak. He opens it all the way. Jesse, what is going on? And Jesse's like, my king. I caught him trying to free Olivia, or I'm not really sure. Bring him in. You guys enter the king's chamber. Jay.
We have to leave pretty soon.
Delron went down.
I will let the guards handle him. I'm going to search for the other one, Garavan.
You haven't seen hide nor tail of Garavan. So which way are you going? Are you going back towards the commons?
I'm going to assume he's probably somewhat close to Delaran, although he's not acting out, which is concerning to me. I'll polymorph into a bat and fly up high.
He has cloak of the bat.
Yep.
time out. What?
He has cloak of the bat.
Yeah.
So your cloak lets you turn into a bat.
Yep.
You see him turn into a bat.
And I will fly straight up and get an aerial view, try to find
He
him.
flies straight up.
What's around me now?
A bat.
A bat.
I know a
You're
bat's
coming
around
towards
me.
the bridge.
I'm gonna keep on walking towards where I need to get into.
Okay.
So,
Give me a stealth check.
do I get advantage since I have the cloak?
In this particular case, it's not that kind of stealth.
Natty 20. Thank you for the dice.
Way to move the game. Look at his mind. He's like, no, why? Break the game. Break the game.
We have to.
That's alright, I'm gonna break your ice.
He's gonna pretend that this
I'm
session
gonna
didn't
hurt
happen.
you, and you're gonna feel it.
I mean, you hurt me every game, Ryan. You cut my legs off 3 times. Like,
Where are you going?
I gotta pee.
We have 4
There's
minutes
shit going
left.
on.
I'm not even conscious. Give me a second.
I guess there's that.
What do you do, Jay?
I'm aerial view looking for anyone that's approaching the
At some
castle.
point, you're like, oh shit, there's a throng of people that have pressed into the gates at the Commons District. A lot of people.
My first concern is the castle, so I'm mostly looking for the people that I don't think the guards can handle, which would be Garavan at the moment.
You're not seeing anything. Nothing out of order, nothing in particular. You make a wide circle to get better view. You don't see anyone trying to climb over gates. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. It
Okay.
seems like Delaran might have been a lone wolf in this at this point. And it sounds like something he would probably do.
I saw Merritt too. So
Did you see? Oh, you did see Merritt.
Okay.
So definitely something weird's going on.
yeah, I'll continue to make my rounds of the castle, and if I don't see anything in the next 15 minutes, I'm gonna head to the king.
Okay.
Did they throw me over the bridge?
No, but you are unconscious.
Yeah.
I should just kill you. I'm not going to.
You could.
I wouldn't do that. This is fun. I make a bigger deal than it really is. I'm having a good time.
Make sure you include that in your
I'm having a good time.
Yeah, it was a great game.
It's just like face palm.
Ruined my life.
That should be the next video.
Yeah.
It's just me face falling all game. Oh.
All of the
Throwing
face palms
things.
you've ever done.
Merritt, is this true? Are you coming to betray my trust? I hadn't made my decision yet, whether I'd send troops to Oakdale or send troops to Iranex.
Your Grace, I make no plea on behalf of sending your troops to the wall or to your necks. I trust that your judgment is sound and would not be swayed by actions here. I trust that you have faith in all of humanity and would do what is best for the realms, not base your actions on one rogue former paladin. What Jesse says is true enough from his point of view. He reports to you honestly, at least, though it is not as I see it. Delaran Cooper has decided to try to liberate Olivia before her ordeal, as we have received divine word that she will not survive without direct intervention. He is on his way now. I'm sure from here you have heard reports from the west gate. He intends to come, and I imagine, knowing him as well as I do, that there will be bloodshed, whether his own or those of the guards. I came ahead to attempt to divert or avoid that outcome. I sought only to avoid the bloodshed.
Jesse says, Merritt, I didn't want it to be you. And you see a dagger plunge through his back, out his heart of the king. His whole body thrusts forward and blood spurts out the front.
Oh God! They just assassinated the king, and they're gonna pin it on you.
Wait, who to what?
Jesse assassinated the king.
Shoves a dagger through his back, out his heart. Blood spurts outward, and Jesse looks at you with this cold, icy stare as he shoves it in more, gives it a twist.
I heal.
Nothing happens. The king bleeds out his mouth. Blood spurts outward. Falls to his knees. And we're going to end it there.